Y'all know what it is. MZ Talks Boxing.
Let me make this abundantly clear. We talk about boxing here. My opinion is winning, but if you ain't feeling the good on your boxing, yeah. This mental headshot sting. So do these body blows that I bring. You wanted the big step to the ring. Let's go to the toe to the final bell ring. MZ Talks Boxing. Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of MZ Talks Boxing. I'm your host, MZ, and we're going to talk about it. Well, the big fight, mega fight, the fight that we all been waiting for is now a thing of the past. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence came face to face, and the results are what they are. Terrence Crawford put on a hellified showing, and there's a lot of people that seem to be a little disgruntled about the way it went. And, you know, today is my chance to let everybody say what they got to say, because I'm not usually here throughout the week. You got Joseph Brown in the house. What's up, my bro? What's going on with you?
Oh man, everything is lovely, man.
Yeah. So, as I was saying in opening statements, you know, we know how things went. A lot of people got things to say. I'm gonna open up the doors and let whatever need to be said. Let the crow come my way. But in the words of my favorite 147-pound fighter, the best man won that night. No excuses is made.
Yeah, Earl didn't make no excuses. He was willing to go out on his shield. Um, I got the result that I wanted as far as a definitive winner in this contest. That's all I could ask for. Skills won the day, but once again, fans have to always find a way to somehow discredit the sport of boxing, discredit the performance, discredit what they saw, and try to make parallel universes into what actually happened. So this is how our sport gets devalued. This is how our sport gets not taken serious. This is, um, in a lot of ways, this is how, you know, fighters may take a look at this type of stuff and say, why even take a risk and put myself out there, even at the cost of me winning a fight. I got fans out here who are just so toxic, so terrible for the sport that it don't even make it worth the while. So we got what we wanted. We got the fight that we all wanted to see. Yeah, it happens. You win some, you lose some. But all in all, you can't take credit away from the masterful performance that Bud Crawford, he went out there and displayed. And I eat my crow, and I ate it well, MZ, and I was happy to eat my crow because I saw something. I saw something historical. So for me, regardless of who won, it was a historical night. It was a historical performance, and all hats and all props to Bud Crawford, and shout out to Errol Spence for taking this fight. And see just how last week, MZ, we talked about Fulton in the New Week. I just happened to be on the right side because that was my birthday, and I picked the Newey. But not once did I ever, discredit Fulton. Not once did I ever come over here and say, Newey was on peds or he had all these different things going on, and he was cheating and this and that. I wasn't speculating none of that. I gave Fulton his respect. I acknowledged the warrior in him. He went out there. He was trying to be the best. Well, beat the best, and you fall short sometimes beating the best. So I'm consistent in how I look at the sport and how I view these fighters, and especially when they go out there and they try to give it they all, but the other guy is just better across the ring. That's just all it is to it.
And I agree with you 100% on that. I'm listening to. I'm not listening because I haven't really went through YouTube and picked up what people been saying, but I have been reading and seeing the way stuff break down. And to be honest, like you said, we got a chance to see what it was that we wanted to see. We got a chance to see the Warriors step into that ring and go for it. For all these people that are trying to, oh shit, give me my headphones is falling off. I'm dropping my phone. For all these people that are trying to come up with excuses and this nonsense. I'm reading about some doctor talking about neurological damage that Earl's supposed to be suffering from. And all that shit is really just taken away from Bud's win. So let me set the record straight by saying, some people try to say that, yo, T, you making MZ, you making excuses. I'm not making no excuses. What I saw was Earl went out there. Bud was much sharper, way just sharper and on point. He ended up catching Earl with a shot that knocked his equilibrium off. Now people saying, "Oh, he couldn't fight, he couldn't do this." I'm like, we seen that episode of that tragedy play out before. Wilder faced that same tragedy, and people gonna say, "Well, Wilder ain't Spence." True enough, he not. But you noticed that when he took that punch, how he wasn't ever straight, which means Bud did something that nobody else was able to do to Earl. He took his equilibrium and then proceeded to give him an ass whooping on top of that. That's what we saw. That was a historical thing. That was the so-called big fight that everybody agreed was a big fight. They also agreed that was the best two 147-pounders to face each other. So when it breaks down, and I was rooting with Earl, that. When it breaks down and all is played out and is unfolded in front of us, don't be upset and start making up shit and taking away from Bud, because Bud did his part. He was able to take advantage when the opportunity presented itself, and that's what we all wanted to see, either one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? So all this neurological damage or trying to say somebody was on drugs or trying to make up things and give people a dishonest opinion that Bud cheated or anything like that, man, stop that shit. And I'm not talking to anybody from the Block family. I'm talking about to the whole YouTube community that got something to say negative about that good ass fight. If your fighter won, congratulations. But for those that lost, don't be salty. Don't do those dudes like that. Don't take away from Terrence Bud Crawford and what he did in the ring against Earl Spence because you salty. Don't do that. Right now, that's as most hustlers in the street and players would say, man, that's bitch shit. I'm gonna be real. That's bitch shit. We got so many fights that take place, but a lot of these people are I'm starting to really realize are fans of certain boxers and not the sport itself. Because if you was a fan of the sport itself, you would realize that, hey, shit didn't go right for one guy. It wasn't his night, and he faced it. So why can't you? You know what I'm saying? If this man can come out and say the better man won, and he want to get a rematch, I don't want to hear that shit about, oh, he don't deserve a rematch or none of that. If they signed up for it and he want it, then they should be able to go ahead and get it. One-sided scientists in the house. What's going on, man?
What's happening, brother? I would like to report to the congregation that the fish fry was much more successful than we anticipated. Want to thank everybody who came out and got a plate from us
Yeah,
on this Saturday afternoon.
I just got a complaint. I got one complaint, man.
Yeah.
My
Yours had
shit
crow
showed
in
up
it.
cold, man. What's up with that?
Oh, yeah,
You
we
don't
had a
feel
lot of
something
people
good.
complaining that there was some crow in the fish. That was intentional.
Okay. I want to hit that. Eric R say Bud finally has a legacy fight and put on a generational clinic. True. And now you got people that are hating on him and trying to take away from him. Well,
Generational clinic. I like that.
that was good. That was good.
Generational clinic. Yes, sir.
Okay. So you know, as we all know, I am a Earl Spence fan. It ain't no secret about that, right? But I refuse to allow anybody to come on here in my presence and try to take away from what Bud did. You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
sir. I appreciate that coming from an Earl fan. Appreciate it.
You know it. You know, when we first started talking about it, we were like, however it go, it's gonna be what it is.
Yeah.
I like both fighters. Like shit, my favorite fighter out of those two was Earl. My favorite fighter out of those two is still Earl. And he just cemented it a little bit more by not making an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you want out your fighters. But him not making an excuse was grand to me. I also appreciated that Bud showed graciousness after the fight and everything. He and Earl embraced and all that, regardless of how they feel about each other.
Mm.
But on the same note, Gil, I'm in agreement with Gil Coles. I hope he gets his rematch because I believe that the young man that showed up on the 29th wasn't the guy that I'm used to seeing fight. And I know how good Bud is, but I believe Earl can make a better showing than what he did of himself. And if they make a rematch, if he activates the rematch clause, I hope it's just as good the next time. Because I will pay for it. I'm gonna go and be real right now. I ain't gonna hold my pockets tight. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on there. I'm gonna talk shit to you. I'm gonna talk shit to D-Lo. It's gonna be the same dance. And I'm gonna talk shit even harder. Because that's what I am. I like it. I enjoyed the fight. I got to work and I was satisfied with what I saw on the 29th of July, 2023.
That's what's up, man. Hey, I just want to say, man, the joy in Bo-Mac's face, and I don't know if y'all saw the clip of him backstage where he was like, "Hell yeah!" Man, I felt that. I felt like them dudes, man. They waited for 5 years, and to watching Bud in his post-fight interview, you don't really ever see Bud like that. Like he's not an emotional guy, but you could tell, man, that he was really emotional over, waiting 5 years to get that shot, and he remained humble. He was like, I just kept my head up and kept fighting. I'm an overachiever. I only ever wanted to be a world champion, man. I was super happy for that dude, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I am happy and satisfied for him. I'm glad that it worked out for him. Either way, I can't lie to you. Either way, one of them won. Whoever won would have still been a good thing for me. It would have still been good for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm saying, Bud, man, it's just such an inspirational story, man. Because with Top Rank, they didn't sign him, like they passed on him one time, and he missed out on the Olympics, and this dude basically he fought his way to the top of everything. Like he didn't have nobody pushing him, like coming out the amateurs. He wasn't signed like a lot of these guys do. He never had the silver spoon. Basically, he fought his way like really out the mud.
Yeah,
And
he
made
got
it to
out
where
the mud. I give him
like
that.
it's like I said, man, he was hell. He was like, they played keep away from him for 5 years, and just to see that man stay down and not get discouraged or quit or nothing like that, man, that's just a very, very inspirational story, man. Like that's the shit that movies are made out of right there, man.
You can make a movie out of it, but I'm still with certain parts of it. I'm gonna still say I don't believe in the keep away and stuff like that. Some of that stuff that was in there We know those are things that are true. Bud was with Top Rank. We know we've seen fights with Top Rank, but we've also heard motherfuckers say that Top Rank and those boys didn't do business on no regular basis. That wasn't something that was going to be easily done. That's a hurdle they both had to overcome. Now, when they come together and say that they end up coming together to make the fight happen without going through the suits, I gotta give them the credit on that for both of them, because one dude could have took a fight. A lot of people say he should have took a fight. I'm gonna ride with him and say I'm waiting for Hyphy. I don't know if he want me to cut his camera on. I mean, cut the camera on. Why? Okay, there you go.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's very smart of Big E to say December is too soon for the rematch, because that would be very stupid. If you want to do it, I welcome another one-sided ass whooping, but I wouldn't advise, if I was his people, I wouldn't advise the man to take a December rematch. But if he want, like I said, if he want to.
Okay, what is this? July, August, September, October, November, December. That's enough time for me. And I'm gonna say why. Because people stood up and they championed a less skilled fighter to have his rematch as fast as possible.
Who was that?
Wilder.
Okay.
They did, and we know he's a less skilled fighter than Spence. We know if somebody has a problem with recognizing it, then they haven't been watching boxing. They might come to an agreement. We might not get it in December. We'll say we get it sometime in the beginning of the year of 24. And I'll just say that. I'll say that because we don't know what the suspension is that the boxing committees has placed on Earl Spence for what he faced in the ring.
In Nevada, it's 6 months.
Okay, so if it's a 6 months wait, then we probably won't get a chance to see that fight again if they decide to have that fight again till the beginning of next year.
Yeah. I was listening to Virgil Hunter, man, and he was making some observations. He was asking if he had reconstructive surgery on his face, because he was like, his nose was bloody, but it wasn't running. Like his eyes was bloody, but the blood wasn't running, like the blood was clotting, as if he had like reconstructive surgery on his face. He was just saying,
puffy.
Yeah, he said he was real puffy and stuff, like he was clotting. But he was saying that with all that he's been through with the accident and everything, that he wouldn't advise him to get back in the ring in December either. So
yeah, I understand all of that. I'm sure that he's gonna go to his doctor and see, his doctor gonna let him know what he can and can't do and how long you need to wait or what have you. Now, for the people that say, well, he was all puffed up. Well, you ain't really never seen him fight nobody like that before that they got the best of him like that. He ate every punch. It was like he could not miss getting hit. And when you see something like that, what can you say? Somebody got touched a lot more than what you used to seeing him get touched. You finally see what he looked like when somebody really get to touch on him.
Hey, MZ, yeah. I made some observations about that media workout last week, and a lot of things that I saw in that media workout, those were things that were being implemented right in that ring that Crawford was doing. I saw a lot of lead hand control. I saw when Spence was getting countered after he was throwing the jab and leaving himself wide. At first he was getting away with the jab into the body because Crawford, Crawford was parrying the jab and he was close in range, but he was trying to move, outside of the jab at first. But then Crawford made that adjustment, and once Crawford made the adjustment, he started to parry the jab, and then he came within range. But the problem was with Spence, since he was so heavy over the foot when he tried to lean back to get out of the range, he was always off balance, and he was trying to shift his weight when he was coming back up. And so that was always an issue from him when he was throwing that jab to the body. The problem is once he started getting countered by Crawford, this motherfucker, he just didn't stop doing it. And that's the one thing that you can't do when you fight Crawford, man. He recognizes things so quickly and he sees it fast. And so you might catch him with it one time. But after that, if you show him it over and over again, by the third time, he's gonna have your timing down. And that's exactly what happened.
Excuse me.
Well,
Yeah,
shout out to D-Lo, because D-Lo always says about Spence, if something ain't working, he just gonna do it harder. So that's exactly what you saw.
And then even with the knockdown, Spence was having a little success. He was throwing the one, and then he would throw the backhand four. It caught Crawford in the third. It hurt Crawford. Like, a lot of people don't want to admit that, but Crawford got hurt when he took that shot. But Crawford made the adjustment. He saw Spence, throwing the one and coming up with the four. And so he baited Spence. And when Spence tried to throw that four over the top, Crawford baited him. That's what he caught him with that short uppercut. He timed him, hit him with that short uppercut, beautiful uppercut on the inside. That's what dropped Spence. And he must have did that shit like 4 times in a row. I forget what round it was. It must have been maybe the seventh round, where he threw the jab, he threw the four, he threw the jab, he threw the four, and Crawford ended up catching him with a hook, and that's what ended up getting the referee stop him. He timed him with it, bop, bop. And the referee, and you saw Spence, wobble, going to the ropes, and he hit him again. That's when the referee stopped it. So it was that pattern consistently is what got the fight stopped, because you can't keep doing the same thing with Crawford. He makes those adjustments. And so, having said that, if people actually watch the fight and they actually look at it and broke it down, what Spence was doing, he was doing things that allowed himself to get caught by Crawford. And Crawford's too skilled. He's too intelligent as far as what he sees, and he's gonna make you pay. The first time he's in the ring with somebody who made him pay, and that's all it is to it. And his step back game was phenomenal. He took that half step back in the beginning, and that's when he started to be able to be in range, and he was landing them combinations on Spence. So, and I said if Crawford's step back game is on point, Spence had no chance. You heard me say that, MZ.
Well, I heard you say
You did say
if
that.
he's catching and countering them body shots, he has no chance. That's what I remember you saying.
That too, and you saw that. You saw when he was when Spence was trying to come inside. You saw that Crawford was framing the head. He was controlling the head, and then he would dip underneath, and he was landing them short uppercuts to the body. It's beautiful work.
Because I remember you asking what we saw in the media workout, and I said he had a strong jab, and he was practicing catching and countering the body shots. And you was like, well, if he do that, then Spence ain't got no shot.
There you go. There you go.
That statement was made. That statement was made. You did say it. But I'm going to add on. Go ahead. Say what you about to say.
No, man, all in all, man, I just wish people would just take time out and really study the sport of boxing. Watch the science, because if you really watch the science and watch what's going on in the ring, you're not going to come up with all these retarded ass theories as to why your fighter lost. I mean, can we get out of the habit every time your favorite fighter lose that is always some kind of conspiracy?
That part.
That's that PBC shit. LDBC PBC.
Salute to Cypress Supreme TV in the house, man. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Now, I'm going to say this part because I said that Bud got his equilibrium. Bud knocked off Earl's equilibrium from the get-go. Because I hear a lot of people saying, oh, Spence wasn't doing this and he wasn't doing that. And I'm like, shit, the last fighter I seen when he had his equilibrium get knocked off, he wasn't doing the shit he was supposed to do either. He couldn't punch straight. He couldn't protect himself, but he stayed upright. He got knocked down. He got right back up. When his head cleared for a hot second, he stepped his game up a little bit. That's our point where Bud kind of went back to the rope and came off and caught him again, fucked him back up. And he got his ass whooped on the equal. He got his ass whooped, no equilibrium all night. And that, what you said, because Bud made him pay in a situation where all the other fighters that stepped in the ring with him didn't make him pay for whatever reason, because they was running because he was putting too much pressure on him or whatever. Bud was able to make that step back. Even Bud spoke on it. He was like, he didn't know I was going to throw this punch. He didn't think I was going to throw this punch, and he didn't know I was going to throw this punch. He used one of those words. And he said, I caught him in the ear and messed up his equilibrium. And he smiled. And after that, what you going to do? You're going to take this ass whooping because it ain't shit that I got to worry about you coming back with. You're not hitting hard no more because your equilibrium, all that's gone. Your power gone, your speed gone. There's nothing for you to do except take this ass whooping. That's it. It was a beautiful thing to see happen. But if they had a rematch, I believe, because I hear everybody saying, well, it's too soon for him. Only thing I can say is if he and Derrick James don't realize that, hey, I can't do this and overcommit because I'll pay. He don't protect that equilibrium shot, which is pretty much that spot right behind the ear and the ear, and he's gonna be fucked again. But I don't believe that can happen to him twice like it did Wilder.
The thing is, if you're gonna that whole jab into the body, if he's gonna throw that, he's gonna have to be more on balance, more on center when he throws that. He can't throw that at that wide stance, at wide range with Crawford, because it leaves him defenseless to the point where he's not able to get his hand back to protect himself in time. And even when he was jabbing, in the way you see how Bud was parrying the jab and countering with his jab,
right?
He was the timing of it was perfect, because when Spence would throw it, Bud was already parrying and throwing, and Spence can't get his hand back quick enough to stop that jab from landing. So he's not used to somebody parrying his jab. That's another thing he has to work on, because that got exposed also. So there's things that when you lose that you've been doing for a long time, that's been a flaw, and it gets exposed. Those are things that you got to work on. That's going to make you better, or you're going to keep getting exposed by the same thing over and over again. So this is the test for him to come back from that, learn from it, and either he's going to get better or he's going to continue to get exposed. And it's not a lot of guys who can do what Bud Crawford did to him, as far as the timing, the rhythm, being able to pivot and be on balance and still be in range to punch, because Bud Crawford was never out of range as far as when he wanted to land his shots. No, he was always in range. He saw everything coming. Nothing surprised him at all that Spence was doing. He was able to, to change angles on him. He was able to hit him inside. He was able to counter on the outside. He was able to utilize the jab, and he used beautiful lead control, because even when, like I said before, when Spence was trying to smother him because he was getting countered, trying to throw the jab, Bud's hand control was beautiful. Spence couldn't fucking move him. He couldn't do nothing with him. And that's supposed to be the area where he had the advantage, was on the inside. It didn't happen because Bud's hand control was on point the whole fight on the inside. He basically null and voided every advantage that Spence had in that fight. That's what made it masterful, because I took away your best attributes in the spot where you're supposed to be able to shine and be able to have success. I took that away from you, and I took away your biggest weapon, was the jab on the outside, which allows you to set up everything, your offense, for you to be able to get in and come straight downhill on me. I took that away. So there was nothing left for you to do but just get this ass whooping. So that's what made it a brilliant fight. That's why I love Skills. Skills pay the bills. I rock with Skills all day. I don't care who win. If the skills were on display, that's what I like.
And they were. You know what I'm saying? It's not my guy. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? You hear how I sound? It don't bother me because I saw shit. You know what I'm saying? I got to go to work and be like, man, my dude lost, but that was a hell of a performance by the winner. That was a hell of a performance. And he even called Earl ducks down so far and off balance. Bud was able to just hold him there. You know what I'm saying? Nick, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get back. Stop. Now stand up. Take this left. Take this right. Feel this body blow. Take this power jab because we ain't doing the flick jab no more. Take that power jab one more time. Let the world see you say, okay, okay, okay. Looking like a Pez dispenser. But I love Spence. That's still my number one fighter. Got his ass whooped. And like you said, if he don't work on closing up the stance a little bit so he can go to the body without being off balance and getting his head back, his hand, so he can get his hand back, that right there is going to be an issue. And anybody who pay attention and look at the film when they face him, that's going to be something that they're going to try to do to him. But other than that,
Z.
Yeah, what's happening, Hyphy?
Yo, peace, y'all. So one thing you was talking about the jab. So I think I don't think Spence was as prepared as Terrence was to deal with another southpaw jab. Because it
changed his jab. He changed his jab. Like so where did one side of the scientist go?
More like a piston type jab.
Yeah.
No, I understand he changed it, but I mean, this is a dude who has a wide variety of tools, and I think that you should have been prepared for a lot of everything. So I think he wasn't prepared to deal with the jab, and also it was easy for Terrence to slip outside of the jab. Whereas, obviously Earl, he couldn't at all. It was very easy for Terrence to slip outside the jab, which is why a lot of those jabs that Earl threw, they were parried. They were hitting gloves. Something that you just mentioned about the going to the body and stuff, and you said like don't dip too low and you don't have your defense. I just don't think that would ever work because he has a natural habit of leaning over the knee when he lowers and dips, lowers his body. He leans over the front knee, and you're never going to be on good balance. And then you don't have the best vision to see what's coming back at you. So I don't think that's ever going to be an option for him against this type of fighter.
Yeah, that was evident, Hyphy, especially when he was trying to smother Crawford on the inside, and Crawford used head control. And once he used that head control on Spence, that's where he created that knockdown where he hit him with the left and brought it back with the right. And that's what knocked Spence down. And Spence was dipping down low. And that wide stance put him out of position where he didn't see either punch what he was getting hit with when he was in so-called the range he wanted to be in.
Yeah, I agree. I know exactly what you're talking about too. MZ, what he was just kind of referring to, especially that first knockdown, the wide stance, reaching.
Well, the first knockdown. I'm sorry, Hyphy, to cut you off. From what I saw, the first knockdown, one of those punches, the jab that knocked him down. You remember Jermaine Taylor and Kelly Pavlik? Remember when Pavlik hit Jermaine in the chest, and that his body, a wave went through his body?
His chest twitched.
Okay, when you see the first knockdown in slow motion, when Crawford caught Spence with the jab, Spence was already bent down, but there you will see a shock wave go through Spence's body, and it ripples big from the center of his back out. He hit him good because when he got up, he was fucked up. But I'm telling you, Crawford caught that boy and knocked that equilibrium off. I hear everything that he should have did, and we know he capable of doing. But like I said, when your equilibrium gone, it don't matter how hard you trying to do it, you're not getting it done. You're gonna look like a novice, a journeyman, which in what case he did. And I got to give that credit to Terrence taking advantage of spots that people wouldn't take advantage of. The icing on the cake, getting a shot to knock a person's equilibrium off. Oh, that's every boxer wants that. Can you imagine knocking somebody equilibrium off? They slower, they not strong, they off balance. You get to do whatever you want to them.
Yep.
Hey,
Go ahead.
yeah, MZ, that knockdown was a clear case of continuing the same pattern and getting countered. And it started from that jab, that he got caught with. Terrence was trying to catch him with the cross, and that was a prime case of him, leaning over his head over his knee, throwing the jab, trying to jab him to the body, and that's how he got caught with that power jab. Because when he came back up, he was out of position. Now he's trying to, instead of him getting hit with the cross, Terrence hit him with the jab instead. And that jab, he timed him perfectly on the way back up because he was already off balance. And then he caught him, and that was enough force to knock him off balance and cause the knockdown. So most of his trouble, yeah, all of Spence's trouble came from doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. That okay, what MZ was talking about, the wave through his back. Now me, I didn't notice that, but I did notice that, when he got up from that shot, he was hurt. So I'm unsure why I've been hearing other people say first knockdown was a flash knockdown.
No,
I'm not,
hell no. That wasn't no flash knockdown.
Hell no.
I'm telling you,
Hell
that knockdown, that jab sent a wave through Spence's body.
Bro.
Spence hit the ground, and to me, it looked like he was trying hard not to look hurt because the way his face was. But you could tell he was fucked up. That punch did something. His eyes was glassy, and when he stood up, he stumbled. But he turned around and looked at the ref, and I think somebody was like saying he was pointing, like he was saying, something might have been wrong, happened maybe they feet or something. All that, to me, he was trying to make it seem like wasn't nothing wrong with it. Because that was not a flash. Whoever say that was a flash knockdown, they crazy. They tripping. And I wish I had a button with Uncle Raj on it so he could say they know shit about boxing.
Yeah, we're going to debunk all the nonsense tonight, man. That first knockdown hurt. He was hurt. The second one, he was hurt. The third one, he was hurt. When he got stopped, he was hurt. He was hurt every time he got dropped.
His head cleared maybe, like I said, the third round that he was able to, he came on a little strong and pushed Crawford to the ropes. Then Crawford was able to catch him, and then he just went to shit again.
Shit, the third round was the best punch he landed on Crawford the whole fight, was when he threw the jab and he came over top with the backhand and landed and then hit Crawford on the outside and wobbled Crawford a little bit. Crawford had to circle out.
To me, I'm sorry. To me, I said it. They laughed at me the other day. I was like, shit, it looked like a glitch that came on the TV because Spence went from being raggedy to all of a sudden he had energy. He pushed Crawford back. I'm thinking what you describing is the same thing I'm thinking. Crawford went back, but Crawford, when Spence went in, like he was trying to go do work, Crawford caught him with a counter. When he caught him with that counter, he was messed up again. Then Crawford bagged him up and dropped him.
Well, yeah, the problem with that is that Spence went to the well one too many times. He showed him the same thing over and over again, and he got overzealous because he thought he had the advantage where Crawford was heading to the ropes, and Crawford baited him. He set him up for that uppercut on the inside. He never saw that punch coming. That punch was so fast that even the camera wasn't able to pick it up initially. When he fell, people were like, what the hell did he get hit with?
He got hit with the uppercut. The uppercut started.
Exactly.
The uppercut started, and then the other what was it? Was it a hook? He threw one punch, but the uppercut was the first thing that came through because he never saw the uppercut coming because he was focused on something else. He was trying to make his move, and he ran right into the uppercut.
Hey, I'm gonna get the chat a little bit. I see Ernest Davis in here. What's up, Biggie? He said his legs didn't look strong either. He would get punched, and it would look like his feet was not under him. Okay, that is consistent. I don't know like exactly whenever you've seen that, but that is consistent with not having your equilibrium. So that could possibly be what you're seeing. I see D'Lo up in here, and I see Eric R at the bottom. He said Earl better than me. After that uppercut, Bud would have got Montana loved. Now it's
He gonna throw him over the top of the rope.
I'm gonna mention that. Now there's something that Earl likes to do. It's his way of creating space, and he gets physical. It's kind of like a George Foreman bump, I call it, where he'll like bump you with his shoulder. He was trying to do that, but the thing is, Terrence was backing straight up, and he wouldn't let him get that.
Yeah, Terrence was backing up, but then there were also moments, Hypey, where Terrence had such great hand control on the inside, where you saw Terrence framing Spence. He was framing and controlling Spence's hand and keeping Spence from being able to throw, because Spence usually like to throw that offhand when he's got you framed and pinned. He likes to throw the offhand and hit you. He likes to swivel on the other side and hit you where he's out of danger, but that never happened because Terrence had so much control on the inside with his hand, and he was pivoting and he was throwing his shots, and then he was moving Spence to where he wanted Spence to go, which is something nobody's been able to do against Spence.
This guy equilibrium off.
This guy won in every facet of the fight. Every facet.
Man, Terrence Crawford did a masterful job. And for these channels and people making excuses and especially to try to say the man cheated and talk about his raps, to say that Spence was on some drugs or this doctor that how do you not get this? How do you not be the person that works on this person or examines this person? How are you on the internet making a statement about this man's health and what he going through? I don't want to hear none of that shit. This the boxing game. You know what I'm saying? This is the fight game where we've been waiting for these two dudes to match up for a long freaking time. So long till people lost faith that the fight was going to happen. And now that it's happening, it didn't turn out the way that some people wanted it to turn out. Here come the bullshit. Here come the bullshit again. We done just begged and begged and begged, I don't know how long, for us to get a fight of this magnitude, for Undisputed, the first one in the 4-belt era at 147 pounds. And the best thing people can do is start crying and making up some bullshit narratives about why it didn't go Earl's way. Earl lost. That's why it didn't go his way. He took a punch that fucked him up, and then he took a whole bunch more, and he lost. That's what happened. We all saw it. And now y'all want to talk about gloves and somebody being high. Man, y'all tripping. That man lost. Simple and plain.
Well, I think we'll save like a segment later where we could really have some fun, and we'll start going over some of the ridiculous, I'll just say, analysis of the fight and everything surrounding it. But I do gotta acknowledge, everybody got to give Earl some props because look, that man, he got hurt, he got surprised in a fight. Even though he kept getting his ass knocked down, he kept getting his ass up. He didn't quit in that fight. After the fight, he didn't make no excuses. So everybody needs to give that man some credit for that.
That's why I like him, man. That's why I like him. I'm like, regardless of what anybody say, he kept his word. He didn't fight Keith Thurman at 147 pounds before he fought Terrence Crawford. no matter what happened. He did not let himself get forced. He just stayed at 147 and waited. And like you said, Hyphy, that motherfucker kept getting up, didn't he? That motherfucker kept getting up.
Hey, that's what make me even with an ass whooping, that's what make me still a fan of his, because not only the tremendous heart he showed, but the humility in the press conference afterwards, the post-fight, and just the fact that he never once allowed them to give him an out. He didn't allow he never allowed any of those reporters to give him an out. As much as they tried, he dismissed it immediately. Nope, he was the better man. Nope, he was the better man. Nope, I take my hat off to him. He won tonight. He was the better man. He dismissed it immediately. So shout out to that, and shout out to Bud Crawford. They took the high road also. He gave Earl his respect, and I mean
bills back.
Yeah, and everybody who talks shit about, this person, he beat him back. He beat him easier than this person. I think this person could beat Spence. I mean, I understand y'all excited, y'all hype, but just understand, follow the cue of your fighter. Follow the cue of the fighter in which you rock with. If that man ain't taken away from his win by saying that this other guy could have did this, and he could have did this better than Earl, then you shouldn't do it as a fan either. You know why? Because he's smart enough to understand that takes away from his achievement.
One of the things I saw Terrence do, and I don't know, y'all stop me if I'm wrong, but the first thing that came out of his mouth to Earl was, you a hell of a fighter, but I ain't got to tell you that. Y'all think I'm tripping right when he was crossing the ring to him, that was the first thing that he started coming out of his mouth. Then he got, they got right by each other and he said what he said. I couldn't make that out, but you can't mistake him saying you a hell of a fighter, but I ain't got to tell you that. So y'all, Terrence Crawford, he was classy at the end. He didn't take no shots. He kept it real. He said what he said. I told y'all I was gonna be able to do this. We in a hurt business, but he ain't take no shots. They kept it 100. Kept it 100. So I give Crawford got a little more earning from me as a fan, but Earl's still number one for me. He's still my guy. Even in this loss, he's still my guy, because to me he shows that I took an ass whooping, but unlike all these other, like whoever was interviewing, was like, well, do you think it was the weight drain? Nah, he was the better man tonight. He was sharper tonight. He was sharper than me tonight. His timing was better than mine tonight. He said those things, so he gave it up. Didn't make no excuse, like he said he wouldn't. Kept his word about who he would fight and when he would fight him. Held out to do what he needed to do. We got mad at Bud because Bud took a tune-up and everything. He outsmarted us all. As a Spence fan, him and his camp outsmarted us all. Fuck that. Let's go get this tune-up real quick. Since he's sticking to his word like that, he gonna wait around for us. Everything that Bud and them did was on point. And they made sure that they went on and handled their business and prepared for Earl. So if I had to pick two fighters now, looking at a pound for pound list, what they've showed me in victory and defeat, what they have given me that they may come out their mouth instantly, those are two motherfuckers that I could say I look at them as being on pound for pound.
And going forward, MZ, I'll pay money to see Errol Spence fight, no matter who he fight, because I know the type of dude he is, and I know he gonna always bring it. He's gonna always have heart. He's always gonna come to fight, regardless. And people need to understand this: Errol Spence made Bud Crawford elevate his game. We never seen a performance like that from Bud Crawford. We've seen elements in fights where he used, some of those things, but he put it all together in one fight. So let's acknowledge that part.
Yeah, Bud got it. He had the perfect person to dance with for that fight, for him to accomplish and be able to show that at this right exact moment, he is the best 147 pounder in the world. And he got all the hardware to prove it. And he beat the guy, recognized. I don't want to hear that shit about Boots or Virgil. I don't want to hear nothing about those two. Because they wasn't in the picture when stuff started getting painted and this beautiful setting was set up for these two champions to step in the ring. They came later in the picture. So I don't want to hear nothing about them being, oh, that's what I don't want to hear that. The two dudes that we have been clamoring for to fight fought. And we got a hellified performance from Bud Crawford.
I never thought I would see the day where you take one loss and everybody's demanding you retire. I never thought I'd see the day where you fight the best guy in the world and immediately everybody's saying, or predicting, everybody all of a sudden got a doctor's degree, a PhD in medical science. Like, this shit is weird to me. We in a weird time, a weird state when it comes to fandom in boxing, man.
I gotta go to the what's the word? Chat.
I was just about to get it. You got it?
Go ahead. Cause
Okay. Yeah. Well, let me scroll because I see, Cypher Supreme. He was also acknowledging that, it's all types of conspiracies out there when a guy loses, and he said, it boggles me how remedial these dudes is. Yeah, we're starting to see a trend, and it's coming from, a certain group of people. Unfortunately, when it comes to certain fighters, Ernest Davis, he was co-signing some of the stuff we were saying. Eric R. He said, "Real men went to war and stayed gentlemen." That's right. Socially scientific. He's saying, Cap, you were about to see something special against Khan, but he quit. You can credit Earl with standing there to get that ass whipping though. All right.
You think Khan was gonna bring
Come on, man.
Nah, Crawford. I don't think so.
No. He's saying y'all was about to see like a monumental knockout, but Khan took the easy way out.
I don't think Khan would have gave Bud what if you believe Khan would have gave Bud what Earl accomplished on a terrible day, then okay.
Hey man, out of all the comparisons, if you want to draw that one in, you got to do better than that one, Khan.
Look at my God. Okay, go ahead. You were saying Ernest Day, they talking to each other.
I'm gonna get his one above. He said them effers was they were in a picture and jumped out the picture and started barking on the other side of the gate. And then this the one he really come at you. He said, "Yeah, if your ass gonna relieve yourself, just go ahead and do it. Don't be putting that kind of pressure on your bladder."
Okay, homeboy, I got you. But I ain't got to go relieve myself. Whatever, man. Whatever. So, where were we?
Man,
what dogs is he talking about? That video where the gate be opening and closing and the two dogs?
Yeah. Hey, we that video is dedicated to we can just say the Charlo twins. To me, that's
oh my goodness. Did you just bring that up?
Yeah, I'm poking at the big state. My bad.
No. You right, because I wanted to touch on that. I don't know how Joseph Brown feel about it.
Quick segment.
But I was like, damn. If Earl is y'all boy, y'all show up to his big event and let y'all women get into a fight. How is that possible? How does your brother's wife and your wife get into? How do you even let that even be an issue? Let alone show up to your supposedly this your boy. This is his time to shine. He always show, but well, I was about to say he always show up to y'all stuff and don't make a scene. But then there's the difference between them and they. but she was getting her ass whooped. Hyphy, did you see the video? Oh
Nah,
my,
I didn't. I
What?
didn't see no video of.
oh
like,
my
the women.
gosh!
I
If-
only seen the slap.
If not, man, the two women, the bright skinned one was on the ground, and the other one was just like just dropping them on the wow. They broke it up.
Hey, Mel, make sure his girl is. If you ever see the All Access with Mel, he's always got his girl training and doing stuff on the mitts. So I'm not surprised by that at all.
Man, it was. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. So that's that's a video they showed. It was outside in the parking lot or something. It was outside of the place though, and she just they just lit into each other. Now the caption from the video I read was Mel and Mal's women fighting.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit pent up. That's probably the first time they've seen each other. They've probably been talking shit a long time. And the brothers, they the ones supposed to dead that. That's not supposed to happen at a high profile event. Like if y'all was gonna do that, y'all should have did that shit back in Houston, man. Like that's not supposed to happen out there in Vegas in the public like that.
Well, Joe, you know what that tell us, and this is a terrible mistake on all ends. That's the first time that they didn't gather. Let's just say like as a family or whatever.
In a while.
And that was bad timing.
That was a complete miscalculation by both of them brothers to even have them two women together, because even though those two iron out their differences, been able to go on shows together and talk about some of the stuff that happened, y'all didn't never decided y'all wanted to sit down and patch things up with the whole family and make sure everybody was good and got whatever they got to get out of their system.
Yeah, see it's a certain amount of maturity that goes along with that. If you're not mature as a man and know your house, then you wouldn't get, because once you patched it up with your brother, the next thing, your next move is to find out if your woman is hey, how you ride, what we need to do to make sure everything's straight. Y'all need to talk, y'all need to fight. Let me know right now so we can go and get this shit over with. They young still, so they learning. They just learned on a bigger stage than what they was expected to learn it on.
Yeah, I thought it just would have been common sense for these brothers to, comprehend that. Look, y'all done had let's just say internal family issues. People was mad at each other. Obviously, certain family members taking side and whatnot. Now the two, people at the top of the problems, y'all done deaded it. So now some family members, they might not be willing to dead it, but it's so you gotta let time heal, and you also got to talk it out. It was definitely not the right time to, have y'all first get together to be at a public outing.
Well, the good time is for him to eat the inside of Caleb Plant's hand.
Yeah, what I don't understand is why even Caleb Plant is getting even involved in that shit, because that's their shit.
That part. And it's a part on there. It's another video where like you hear Plant saying, "Don't grab my face like that," and you hear Mom saying, "I won't. I ain't gonna grab your face like that no more." And you could tell that it was like, why was you in it, kind of type thing. I don't know, man. It was crazy that day, but all that shit, like you said, Caleb Plant should not have his ass in there. You know what I'm saying? You on the outside looking in, like we are. But I could agree with you 100% on that, Joseph Brown. What the fuck are you doing, Mr. Plant? Well, I know we call you sweet hands and we done roll with you in some fights and stuff, but that don't get this black folks business right here, family business. You ain't no cousin or uncle or nothing, so or brother. Move.
Shit, they ain't even black folks business. That's just family business. They ain't got. Like, you an outside observer, you don't even need to be involved with that. All the parties involved, that's their spouse. Like, if them two women want to get into it, they all know what's happening. And I'm pretty sure he knows them too, because they done all been around each other. They've gone to Caleb Plant's gym. They've all went to Caleb Plant's fights. They've been backstage with him, chopped it up and all that stuff. They all know each other. So That's why I can't understand why he would even get involved.
Maybe he was calling himself being a friend and he trying to separate the girls. You know, that's if you know, I'm just looking at it. You know, if they all you make some justifiable points. They've been to each other's gyms. You sure they hang around. He'd have met both women, I'm sure. The twins, you know, it's a lot to be going on. Maybe he felt like, you know, I'm cool enough to be like, come on, ladies, let's not do this, let's not do that. I don't know. Maybe that's what he was trying to do.
Hey man, he needed to be cool enough to stay in his lane.
I agree. He shouldn't have got in there. It's family. That's a family issue.
Let me get the chat real quick. So yeah, D-Lo, he said, yeah, the Charlottes, they set the tone for the weekend. And they always do, because remember that Broner versus Jesse Vargas fight, D-Lo? And Jamel, he was getting all about it up in there. You're right. He also said someone who was there said it all started with Mel and Maul about to fight. Okay, that I don't know, but I'm saying that could have been because you know how niggas be having word, hey, you know, get your woman, you know, get your bitch, you know, stuff like that. Could have been that. Sorry for go ahead.
My bad. I was just laughing about it. Go ahead.
Sorry for Supreme said, yeah, you heard the Charles was finna fight. Okay, yeah, you saying that. Okay, then D-Lo, he said, yeah, she gonna mess around and whip Mel one of these days. He's talking about the one that be training with him sometimes.
Yeah.
That's the y'all said that's the VS Terrence was talking about. Under that, you got Big E. He said women do that though. They think they're ready for whatever at all times, and it's that you know, based on each other like it's on sight. Yeah, you're right, E, and that's why I said you know, to me as you know, your spouse, you're supposed to know your woman at first, but then you also supposed to know like you gotta drill in their head. Look, like, you know, we going to a professional outing, but this is also like, you know, business for us because yeah, we get into a fight, nigga. What if Showtime don't want to deal with us no more? So it's also business. I just think you got to be on top of you know, your woman, checking her temperature and making sure y'all on the same page. Terrence, he was just talking about the whole, you know, we need to just know that we could go out in public and have a public outing and not have no drama. Eric R, he followed that up, said Plant came in and see what it was like to slap a nigga.
And then tell him about it. Wow. Wow, Eric, that's cold-blooded.
Shit, I think he got a nigga badge.
Man.
He tapped Eminem and Bubba Sparks.
Said, watch this. That boy, the way he reacted though was like, I'm like, dude, why you didn't like a pit bull? You supposed to be all over Plant.
Hey,
Listen.
why don't? Nah, what they need to ask him is how sweet them hands is.
Hey, MZ, I knew, you know, Ma just wasn't that type of person.
Hold on. Dude got slapped and walked the other way. And he a boxer, so I know he got hands, but I didn't want to run up on Plant. Damn. He said, that's gay, bro. Go ahead.
Plant was like, yeah, I want to use my honorary black card today.
Wow. His black pants. I'm like, how dare you? This dude, he just, and it was loud, you know, on the video. Because the first video, I was like, what? Am I tripping? Then I saw another video. Then I saw one where like somebody was there. And I was like, oh man, he slapped water out his mouth. He slapped him into a pause. He slapped him into where you just stand there and look like, damn, did he just slap me? Hey man, he slapped you. He did, huh? Yeah, let me go over here and talk to him about that. That's what I saw. I was like, wow, that was crazy. That was crazy.
And Big E, if you're not familiar, there's an incident that happened some years ago where Jarrett Hurd, he slapped Joe. He reached around Jamel to slap Jamal. And
fight.
Yeah, and Jamal, he was holding a drink. And you know, he went like walked calm, put his drink down and stuff. Now, Biggie, a nigga, you at a public event, y'all having words, a nigga slap you. It ain't no niggas ain't about to be putting no drink down. Oh, okay, let me help and send this text message real quick. Hey, got my order ready. Hold on. Nah, nigga, it's straight to it. We lock up right there. That's how I knew he wasn't
drink
that.
in your face.
Yeah.
Did you just slap me, nigga? Do you know what it is to slap a man? What? That's like the worst thing.
Yeah,
that's almost worse than getting cheated on.
That's telling him you got like the lowest amount of respect to him, and you don't even respect his.
Matter of fact,
his
getting
podcast.
slapped is worse than getting cheated on.
Shit, man. Spitting is worse to me because
if you spit on me, dude, I might stab you.
Bruh.
I don't even want to waste the bullet. I might stab you. I'll pull out and like, did you just spit on me, you nasty, bad breath, canker sore mouth, motherfucker? Come on, Jay Brown. I was trying to keep it simple and just say,
hey man, y'all describing what's worse. Shit, I got spit on and I beat the brakes off this nigga who did that shit to me.
whoo, I could just, you making me sit here like, oh man, I got the heebie-jeebies around me now. It's like, nigga, you spat on me. I don't even want my own spit getting on me. That's yuck. My bad, man. I'm having an episode. Go ahead, Hyphy. I guess it's on me.
Oh yeah, I got. So yeah, they talking about because Roughhouse he used to say "sweet hands alert." So that's like a little like inside thing. And he say okay, yeah, he put in the Discord where her slapped Jamal. Okay, yeah, you talking about that incident. Them boys are habitual get slapped together brothers. Eric R. He said, yeah, damn, this is a recurring theme. Every fight you gotta slap. Yeah, slap Maul. It's like rubbing, winning stuff at the Apollo. Yeah, it's like a tradition.
Hey man, we was all saying, hey man, where Maul at? We ain't seen Maul in a while. Yeah, Maul needs to stay his ass away from fucking fight venues.
Man, I just don't understand this dude at all. Yeah, D-Lo, he said, yeah, canker sore. Yeah, called him canker sore mouth. Cypher Supreme said, yeah, Rick James would have been proud. D-Lo saying Rick James would be spitting in his grave behind that. Eric R.
That was cold-blooded.
Eric R. said, yeah, plant new name is your white Rick James, huh? Man. Cypher Supreme, he throwing his little jabs in there too.
Dang. That is not a good look. Every time you showing up somewhere now, somebody getting to slap, another fighter getting to like do stuff to you.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I forgot because I seen there with social science say sweet palms plant. Because he slapped Canelo too, didn't he?
Well, Canelo slapped him, so he
slapped Canelo with he got Canelo back. He got Canelo back with the slap.
But see, now he learned. Hey, make sure you go first.
He did get Canelo first. He slapped Canelo first, and then Canelo got him back.
He actually used the same move he used on Charlo. He just perfected it.
Yeah, Canelo pushed him, and then he slapped Canelo, and then Canelo came with the quick counter slap.
And sent his glasses flying.
Hey, so Mel had a rough weekend because how did y'all feel about the antagonizing he was receiving in between seeing his brethren hit the canvas multiple times?
Oh, that was beautiful. I mean, that was assassin. That was assassin like shit from Crawford. You next, motherfucker. Like I just put your nigga on the ground, turn around and look at you and say, you next, motherfucker, suck my dick.
That's pretty much what he did. And if you want to know, for me, that's some gangster shit. That's some gangster stuff right there.
Bud went up a notch just by doing that alone. In my book,
That's some gangster stuff right there. Only thing I can say that Jamel can say is, man, I'm finna go fight the motherfucking piggy bank. I'm finna go fight the Brinks truck. If you're gonna fight me, it's gonna have to be at 160.
shit. If he beat Canelo, he could say, "Nigga, I ain't going back down. Nigga, you bring your ass up if you really want this."
Yeah, so I think, I feel it, I'm Gil Crawford this shit, nigga, you next. But I don't really see it happening.
Yeah, if I'm Mel, I'm not giving Crawford no advantage. There ain't no level playing field. Nah, nigga, you want this smoke? I'm 168 undisputed. Come up here and get this shit.
I'm just saying that to me, out of the twins, Jamel hit the jackpot. He the one that hit the jackpot. Jamal was trying to get the jackpot, but it's kind of ironic, the universe do things in a certain way. I remember them in the video. If I'm remembering correctly, the younger Charlo started boxing first, and the older Charlo did it because he knew that that the girls when shit was coming along to it. He did it for a whole different reason. So the one who should really get a deserving chance at fighting the penny bank, cinnamon as they would call him, is the one that really went into boxing in the first place, just for boxing. I always kind of find it strange that they say certain things in videos, and I'm like, damn, is that really what's going on? They fight a lot with each other. I think the big brother is jealous of the little brother.
Well, I mean, the other one, you could see that Maul is always trying to, big brother Mel, and Mel's not with that shit. And so that's where the contentious part of the relationship comes from. It stems from that.
Yeah. And I used to say when I was young, I wish I had a twin. But now I know how I am. I'll pass on that. There's just too much on the world.
But yeah, I saw a little side note. I saw an interview that Sean Porter did with the Charlo's father, and that guy's really down to earth, man. Really down to earth, real likable. He stay out of the way. You know how we always like to commend the fathers who are in their son's corner, but they stay out of the way. He's definitely one of those fathers, man. He let his sons come to the forefront, and he spoke on it. He's like, yeah, they my sons, and a lot of the stuff that they get from me because they saw me early on and how hard I used to get up and train and stuff like that, and it's always been in them, to work hard and get up and train and want to do those things and constantly work hard and being athletic. That's just something they was gifted with. But I always made it a point. He said he always made it a point to make sure that his son was out in front and he wasn't the one in front.
Huh. Yeah, you're right. We do say that a lot of us clamor for fathers to step out the way and let they children be the ones to get their shine on. He has definitely done that. I was surprised to even see him. I was like, damn, okay. He came out of nowhere, with doing that interview. That really took me aback. But yeah, that was a surprise. For you to even bring that up, Joseph Brown, I appreciate that. Dropping that nugget like that. But yeah. Social scientists say Canelo. Oh no, hold up. Caleb Plant 5 fingers to the face. Ain't that David Chappelle said? 5? Nah, I don't think that's it.
Yep.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
our social scientist, he said, yeah, Canelo dodged that, and then I hit him with the two. Yeah, talking about the slap from earlier. We was talking about.
he didn't dodge that slap, man. Plant got that slap in. He
Bro,
got it
you
in.
could see it. You could slow it down. You could see the indentation of the hand on the face, bro.
Caleb Plant is the champ of press conference and behind the scenes slaps to the face. Undefeated. They're going to have to start watching Caleb when they showing up and shit. He bound to slap you. Say something, I'll slap you right now. That's some brave shit. You just go around slapping people.
Hey, Caleb Plant doing his best Nick Diaz impersonation.
Nick Diaz was slapping people too?
Man, Nick Diaz be slapping dudes in the ring in MMA. He must have slapped Conor McGregor like 5 different times and punched him after he was slapping him.
Dang, I'm gonna have to go and look that up.
All right, I'm gonna skip down a little bit. You know, everybody just like cracking jokes about the Canelo slap. But Eric R, he said, okay, yeah, Bud, you know, he was like Shogun in Nebraska. You know how he was acting towards the male. D-Lo talking about something with Crawford to do. Eric, come on, Eric. Of course, them niggas got a daddy.
What?
Man, shit, man. They look just like they dad too. That's the crazy part.
Hold on, Big. He got a question for you, Joseph Brown. He said, "You think Crawford could weigh that much to go and chase after Jamel once he come back from messing with Canelo?"
Well, Mel is actually they're looking to have him in between 164 and 165. So I'm pretty sure that even Mel is not going to max out at 168. So if both of them come in around 164, 165, and that's another opportunity for him to be undisputed, and it'll be a big mega fight. I don't see why he wouldn't take it.
Woo! Wow, that's well, Mel. In order for that to even be no, Mel will still be undisputed even when he come back down, huh? But he only when No, I was about to say in order for him to face Crawford, Mel take the undisputed at what they going to 160? What he going to 168? So he'll be going to like 163 to 165. Let's say he win. We gonna toss the belts up from 168, and we all kind of figured that he wouldn't go all the way back down to 154.
At that point, why would you go back down to go fight a Crawford where it's to Crawford's advantage for Mel to come back down? So just imagine he's training for Canelo. He's getting more muscle. He's able to eat and not have to cut weight. Why would he come back down? That'd be stupid. That's like Roy Jones going up to heavyweight, coming back down to light heavyweight the next fight, and then gets knocked out.
Okay, I got you. But I got a question. If chime in if you want to, hyphy. But let's just say, because I feel like Canelo the piggy bank, you know, this is a chance. Charlo Finney, I think, you know, we don't know what kind of money he gonna make off this fight, but I'm sure it's probably going to be more than he's ever made in any fight. Where does he go from fighting Canelo? Honestly, you know, if we're guessing that he'll go to 160, where does he go from there? Where does his career? Where do you see him going? Facing what he'll have to face?
Well, I mean,
out, beat Canelo and be like, I did everything I wanted to do. I'm out.
I mean, that's a possibility, but at the same time, you got to look for the biggest fights. Like these guys are approaching their mid-30s, so everything going forward is big money fights.
Yeah, because I also heard
I don't know which one of the twins it was that was talking about, they're not trying to fight no long time. He had already seen to me when they start talking like that decision finna be made. And I'm just looking at it, to me, if you just listen to them in interviews and stuff like that, the goal was to be able to fight a big money fight, Canelo, because he was the man. They was messing with Mayweather and his brother. Like, man, stop calling that. He's gonna get that fight. But I'm thinking now, I've been a champion at 154. I'm undisputed. I get to fight the biggest name that the so-called, I guess you would say the casuals recognize as the biggest name in boxing is Canelo. I get to beat him. So I get to put my name in front of the casuals. Because if you look at it, the big names are who they follow. And who's the biggest? Canelo. All the boxers give Canelo his pride. I get to fight this dude to just say I beat him. I'm on top of the game.
Yeah, just think about it too, MZ. If he were able to pull off the unthinkable and beat Canelo, you got two-time two-weight division undisputed against two-time two-weight division undisputed.
Ooh, yeah, you just put that extra spin on it because that would be two-time weight and two different divisions. They both doing it, have it at two different divisions. Oh, that would be that's a mega clash right there, because one guy has just walked through the fire at 147 and clasped it together and got all the belts. If they fight again, here's something that if they fight again, here's the downside. If Earl wins, the chances of us seeing him and Jamel fighting is real slim. But Terrence win, the odds of them fighting is great. If you say if it would be a money thing to make him do it one more again, that would be a hell of a scenario. Oh my gosh, two-time undisputed at 154 and Canelo weight class at 168 against the dude from 140 and 147. Meeting somewhere over 154 because the other champion ain't coming down. So, Crawford, you got to come on up here and see me. Can Crawford climb that ladder, overcoming once again the strange trials and tribulations?
Shit, man. Like I said, if I'm Mel, I ain't making it comfortable for Crawford. Shit, nigga, you really want me? Bring your ass up.
Man, that would be a hell of a billing. I could just see that picture with all those belts. Bud holding his they both got a Ring magazine too, don't they? Bud got a new special one of his own, but
bro, they have to make a whole different Ring magazine for them two.
That would be crazy. That would be insane. One side of the scientists jumped inside. What's happening?
What's up, man? I had got a phone call. But I just want in the chat, man. I was just saying that Joseph Brown was like, Earl made Bud step his game up, and I was just saying he had to step his game up against Khan, but Khan quit. So, y'all didn't get to see that performance, but he was on 10 in that fight before Khan quit.
Oh, we don't know though, because we don't know. Khan quit.
I mean, but if you saw the beginning of the fight, you saw he came out fast, dropped Khan.
We saw that Khan wasn't ready. I never had no confidence Khan was going. Khan didn't raise my.
Well, you know me, I ain't never had no confidence in Errol, but y'all did. So,
hey,
what
the Kane is saying is, look, if y'all could go back to when that fight was being made, everybody was saying, look, the first 4 rounds, Amir Khan, he gonna be out boxing Terrence. And it was only me and Stormy B, man, who was saying that's not even gonna be close. Everybody was saying Amir Khan gonna be out boxing Crawford, and then Crawford gonna catch him. Man, that was far from the truth.
Yeah.
I was like, why y'all even tripping on Amir Khan? I'm like, after Canelo collapsed him, I was like, he was finished. After Canelo, they made him go fight Canelo. Man, come on, man. Canelo damn near decapitated that man. Had that dude sleep with having an asthma attack. I had no confidence in Khan
Well,
at
you know,
all.
everybody said they doubted Bud against down to everybody. They said
I'm,
Porter was gonna beat him. So they said Brook was gonna beat Bud.
I don't
Hey,
know who said Porter was going to beat him and Brook was going to beat him.
Joseph, you know them niggas. They was like they was laughing, making videos. Ha ha! Crawford got to fight Porter now. Like they was making videos, laughing about it. Like he was in trouble.
Y'all boy, we done bread, homie. He said your boy Kell Brook was gonna get Crawford all kind of problems.
who?
Yeah, man. Like we know that nigga. He don't know boxing. None of them niggas know boxing. There's only one of them who's over there who knows boxing, and he subscribed to the bullshit too. But he knows boxing. The rest of them niggas don't know boxing, man. I don't rate none of they boxing acumen at all.
Rate their boxing acumen.
I'm trying to figure out who you talking about. What
Hey,
what voice was
if
that?
you don't know,
We
you don't know,
done
that's
bread, homie. You don't know that? You don't know who that is, bro?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't
Oh,
know who
okay.
that. We
I know
bread?
some people.
Are you saying we
I,
didn't bread? What?
I know D-Lo know. He definitely
Yeah,
know.
D-Lo know.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny. I'm just like, wait. You said,
We in this
Okay.
thing, man.
oh, we
Eric
in this
R.
thing, man.
Hey,
I don't know
Eric
where
R.
I
know.
got you saying something
That's
about
why
some
he
bread.
laughing. Cypher Supreme definitely know. That's why he laughing. See.
We in this
Hey,
thing, man.
this is a good question. Eric R. He said, "Do we say that Bud surpassed Mayweather and Pacquiao's legacy as of now?"
What? No,
Nah, nigga.
No,
no.
no, because he hasn't beaten as many champions as Mayweather has. But if he keeps going and get some more of these accomplishments, yeah, he can surpass them. If he becomes undisputed in 3 weight classes, that it'll be hard to argue that.
I mean, he'll be the
Have,
only man to ever do that. He already the
well,
only man to be come 2-time undisputed. I saw a Japanese article where they had Spence and Crawford in the newspaper, right? In Japan. The whole shit was in Japanese, and the Japanese person posted it, and they was like, "This is super rare. You never see boxers from another country on the Japanese newspaper." And the story was basically that anyways, hopes of becoming the first 2-time undisputed champion was gone because Crawford did it first, obviously. But that was big.
yeah. I'm sorry. Anyway, we beat you to it. It's over here.
Nice. A Team Crawford. Yeah, that's what I'm talking
No.
about.
Hell
Hey,
no. I mean, it's over here in America. I don't want to get too simple and be like, yeah, he dark skinned.
Well,
So yeah.
well, if they would have forced MJ's hand over at the zone to unify them titles against Fulton, then when he fought Fulton, he would have been fighting for undisputed.
yeah.
Oh well. Too
If
bad.
if was a fifth.
We'd all be drunk. Yeah. Uh-huh. So, see what else is going on.
Oh, I'm gonna give my take on that question. That was a good question, Eric. Basically, I would say nah. The answer to your question is no, but you can't get mad if you got a lot of people that start feeling like they just like Crawford better than a Mayweather, for example. And I think you're gonna have a lot of that going around.
Yeah.
It don't help that Pacquiao, we basically know he was only willing to cash himself out against Terrence and nothing else. Go ahead, DK.
Oh, my bad. I ain't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was done.
Oh, so the question was, do we think that Bud has surpassed Mayweather's legacy?
Not
Correct.
just Mayweather and Pacquiao now with his legacy.
Uh, I don't know about that. I mean, I think he'll beat both their ass at 147, but anything below 147, they'll probably beat him. Well, at 140, him versus Mayweather be a real good fight, but I might have to give it to Mayweather. But at
Yeah.
147, I don't think one of them dudes see Mayweather.
Shit, at
I mean, not
135,
Mayweather, but I don't think either one of them see Bud.
135, he ain't fucking with Mayweather.
Prime against
Yeah, that's what
prime.
I said. Anything below 147 is very question, especially 135. But yeah,
Prime against prime.
Yeah, we're talking about prime versus prime.
well, at the prime, Mayweather wasn't at 147, so
Yeah, the
Yeah, yeah.
prime Mayweather was at 140. So that Mayweather at 140 and Bud at 140, I got to give a slight edge to Mayweather.
yeah.
Well, let's just say like the best, you've seen them at each weight class. I guess that's a better way to put it.
Well, that Crawford I saw at fucking against Earl. Ah man, it's gonna be hard to pick anybody against that guy.
But Crawford at 47, yeah, I like his chances at 147.
Me too. I like him over, any Floyd I've seen at 47. But I will say, I think the Floyd that fought Oscar De La Hoya, I think, he could make it just a very challenging fight. Now, mind y'all, we didn't see much of Pacquiao at 140 at all. I think it was on like the Ricky Hatton bout, and that's it. But nonetheless, using your imagination, I think he can't get with Crawford at no 140 either.
Hold on. I think we looking at the question wrong. He said legacy. We talking about who they fought, who they knocked off, what they accomplished. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Yeah, Crawford.
I answer that.
We
okay.
answered that.
Oh,
We
okay,
just
my bad.
ventured off.
Oh, that's what y'all doing?
Yeah, we just breaking down the head to head now. We already answered the part of what we thought as far as legacy wise.
So at 147, y'all got Crawford over Mayweather, but any other weight classes below 147, y'all got Mayweather over Crawford.
Yep.
Yeah, me
Okay.
too. I think 140 is a close, but I still give Floyd the edge.
I just think
What
Crawford a better chess player.
between 140 and 147?
The legs for me. When they're both more stationary in front of each other using angles, that's where I believe Crawford would have a better chance of getting Mayweather.
Well, when I
Hey,
think the 147, I think of, like I said, I'm also including the Floyd that fought Oscar that had crazy great legs. Like I said, because of those legs and that high skill level, it wouldn't surprise me if that Mayweather beat Crawford either. But I would favor Crawford.
Very interesting. And DeCane, you were saying that Crawford is a better chess player than Floyd.
Yeah, I think Crawford one of the best chess players, as far as boxing minds that I ever seen in the ring.
Now, what I can attest to both of them is what's being shown so far is they've both been able to pick the opponent apart, find out what their weaknesses is, and take it apart.
I can't give that to Crawford against Mayweather.
That's what I was about to tear into that, because I'm like, when it comes to them playing chess in the fight, you know how you say I don't know, neither one of y'all was there, but last night I was like, Crawford is like that. He did like, you can't come back in the house if you let that dude beat you up. With Floyd, that kid that was just like, I'm just out here, I just want to fight all the time, and he good at it. I think Floyd got the better chess game than Kane. I'm sorry.
Oh, you have to be sorry. We just disagree.
They match each other. Here's the thing about it. I think Crawford might be a little taller than Floyd, but they got the same reach advantage. They got the same. They got the same arm length. I think they both like 74 inch reach. So, because I always said, damn, Floyd got some little monkey arms on it. Now, so because they got the same reach, which means we know Floyd is pretty masterful at
Actually, Bud got a couple inches on him.
in reach. How
Yeah.
about but Floyd got a 72 inch reach?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that. My mistake. That's still pretty long for a short dude. I think Floyd will play chess better than Terrence, man. Don't do Floyd like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with that because see, the thing is, Crawford gonna break you down to the point where he gets you out of there.
We're talking about a guy who is crazily defensively sound.
That's fine. Y'all was
You
saying that
think
same
he
thing
just-
about Earl.
No, stop that. Don't do that. Don't you ever do that. Because nobody has ever said that Earl's defense was anything like Floyd.
Oh, they said this man was fundamentally sound to Tim Duncan of boxing.
That was said. Fundamentally sound and everything, but that ain't got shit to do with Floyd.
I mean, yeah, he is. I mean, yeah.
And then we talk about, the age disparity of when the fighters started boxing. Well, Floyd got a 5-year gap in terms of disparity when he started boxing compared to Terrence. If Terrence started at 7, Floyd started at 2.
Yeah, I mean that's cool, but that don't mean you got a better chess game.
I'm just saying we used that argument last week.
They both undefeated.
Mhm.
Floyd had to come. Do you think Floyd had to out chess play harder competition?
Yeah, I would say he had the better resume. He beat more champions, apparently.
I just think I think he allowed play Bud, man. I think he allowed do it.
Yeah, I think
Because I don't think he I think he knows Floyd knows how to play the whole game. Bud showed that he can play the game well in the aspects of offensively and everything like that, picking Earl Spence apart, a long time competitor, like the way he did. But Floyd's game is unblemished in that aspect too. And he has went out there and made people look just as pitiful as Bud did Earl.
Yeah, I mean he did it to Canelo.
Canelo,
But see, it was when you talk
He did
about
it to,
what Floyd did though, like when I watch him beating Canelo, it's just like his feints were good, his pull counters were good, but it's just like it wasn't like he figured him out to the point where it's like, oh, I just got you. It's like I'm just better than you.
That's all he always told us he would do. I'm gonna just go out there and show y'all I'm better than this dude.
Yeah.
Nobody
real
actually
quick,
made
Izzy.
him be Floyd Mayweather. He said, "It wasn't nobody good enough to do that to him.
Good enough to do what the who.
Make him just be like, oh man, let me go here and just show y'all everything. Just let me show you Floyd. We saw glimpses of him before his hands started getting hurt at the smaller sizes, but at the bigger sizes, he showed us how to be conservative, and beat up a motherfucker no matter how they came at him.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, peace to Bruce Gas. He in the building. Peace.
Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Ain't that what it is? What's up, Bruce, man? Peace. Thanks for coming through. I hit the thumbs up. What's up, one-sided? I give Bud a lot of credit with. I can't be, I can't pretend like it's hard to pretend and give any slant to a guy that ain't boxing no more. We'll never see that fight. So, May, as Big Bro say, May would just have to, he go, Bud second. Bud,
yeah, that's just my view on Mayweather, man. He had a lot of tricks where it's like, oh, I'm gonna duck below your waist. I'm gonna clinch you. It's like it's a bunch of tricks.
They
But
clinch you and then squeeze your neck like Tyson Fury do. Little shit
yeah,
like that.
he have a bunch of tricks. I don't see
Okay,
Bud just using tricks.
but
Bud be out thinking motherfuckers for real, for real.
before that, before you call it, say name it tricks. Every one of those tricks that he used did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, but it was a trick. It's not. It's a trick. Ain't out thinking you. Like say for instance, like Haney, he just moving around the ring and grab you when you get close. That's not chess. That's just
No, that's not.
them just tricks.
But
And he patterned his whole game after Mayweather.
can't think like Mayweather though. That's the difference. And then when Mayweather thought he was in danger of somebody beating him up, you saw a whole different monster in the ring.
Well, like
V.I. Shane Mosley. Once Shane Mosley hit him hard enough to make him say, "Bitch, you trying to embarrass me on TV, pay-per-view like this? Man, let me show you what's going on." He beat the shit out of Mosley.
so was it like say for instance, like you watch Mayweather against Pacquiao, right?
Cause he did Pacquiao. It just didn't get bloody and stuff. Pretty much like Terrence did Earl. Just to me, in my opinion, it was too late, and nobody could say well he aged out Pacquiao because boy older than Pacquiao.
But I'm saying like when you look at the fight, are you seeing a great chess match? I think that's just great game planning, what he did against Pacquiao.
But that's the game planning and everything
But
like that.
but he,
Yes.
but he adjusted it in the fight. They didn't come into the ring with that game plan. He adjusted based upon what Pacquiao was presenting to him.
What do you think?
He started utilizing the jab because that jab was allowing to keep Pacquiao off of him. It allowed him to be able to time Pacquiao coming in, which he was timing him coming in. It allowed him to be able to turn Pacquiao, use lateral movement, get up out of the range in which Pacquiao wanted to come in and fight at. He did all that just based upon the adjustment he made.
You didn't think that was part of the game plan?
What's that?
Not, if it was, he would have started doing it from round one all the way through.
All right, man.
Am I lying? He didn't start off jabbing him.
Right. So what did he start out doing, in your opinion? He was just standing in front of him, or what?
Who we talking about?
Mayweather.
Mayweather used the jab, but then he would also use Mayweather used a whole bunch of stuff. What you would call tricks, I would call him game planning, which is part of the chess game, and shutting you down systematically on the different things you do well.
Mayweather came out trying to land the lead. The cross, the straight right hand, because that's the southpaw killer. We all know that's the southpaw killer. He came out trying.
Pacquiao.
Yeah, he came out trying to land the right hand.
Mm.
It just wasn't enough for you to think that he plays chess. That's what you're saying. Why would you?
No, all I'm saying is like when I say chess, what I mean is like a in-fight adjustment, not like a game plan. Like you saying planning is part of the chess match.
So
I
think
completely
Floyd,
disagree with that.
You don't think Floyd adjusted?
Yeah, he made adjustments. He made adjustments sometimes, but I mean, I think most of the time it was either like a trick or a game plan that he was using. But that's just my view. I think Crawford does more adjustment within fights than he does.
Floyd Mayweather, his in-game adjustment was so good that they started coining the phrase of he's collecting the data. And about round 4 or 5, he'll have the game plan down, and he systematically breaks down his competition. I think that's something that.
Yeah, I mean, he did it against what's his face? My favorite fighter, Emmanuel Augustus.
Did announcers not start saying that though? Was that not how they described the man when he have a fight? It was almost guaranteed that you're going to hear him say Floyd Mayweather collects the data, and about 3 or 4 rounds,
You know that was started because of Floyd, but you know, hey,
I never heard him say it about anybody else
Uh-uh.
collecting data. Did you? Anybody?
Nah,
If I'm
that
wrong,
was started. That was started in the Lomachenko era, but they started
that's what I
going
thought.
back and saying, like Floyd used to do, like Floyd used to do.
Yeah,
in the Lomachenko era, collecting the data like what like Floyd used to do. But when Floyd was fighting, they was saying
But
that.
they had the MZ. They had to put a name on it to make it Lomachenko's. You know what I'm saying? That's what they had to do. So at first they were saying, "Oh, he's doing just like Floyd does," and then they put a description to it to make it all Lomachenko, and so they didn't have to keep referencing Floyd. That's all they did.
you mean downloading the data because he the Matrix?
Yeah, yes. They had to make it into something that only it could be dictated or correlated with Lomachenko, all on Lomachenko's own, not keep referencing Floyd Mayweather every single time.
I can't remember the name of the Caucasian reporter, kind of round faced guy. He used to say that about Floyd. He used to say Floyd is so-called collecting the data like they say he does. And then I remember I could hear this man just as plain as day. I just don't remember his name.
Are you talking about Larry Merchant?
I don't know. It's not that mean, motherfucker. It's a softer face guy. I can't remember his name. I can't remember
because Jim Lampley he just piggyback on whatever the sentiment was that the other guy was pointing out.
I'm coughing.
Yeah, I think younger Mayweather made more adjustments than the older brittle hand Mayweather. To be honest with you, but that's
I can accept that, but the great thing, well, anyway, he said, "No, I'm talking about accomplishments, not a fantasy fight." Oh, we answered about the accomplishments.
Yeah, I think people would say definitely Mayweather with the accomplishment, but I mean, he ain't never been undisputed at once though, so you got to get caught.
Yeah, he didn't get undisputed based on a technicality, and that technicality wasn't his fault. That was more Baldomir not paying the sanctioning fee for that other belt that he won from Zab Judah. So technically, Baldomir was undisputed, gave up the belt because he didn't want to pay the sanctioning fee for the rematch, and there you have it, Mayweather not being undisputed. So,
ooh. Did you just try to shoot a hole in Mayweather's little resume? Crawford, hey, Kane, I feel you. Crawford, your favorite fighter, huh?
Man, you been knew this.
Okay, so I'm feeling I'm feeling the high that you feeling right now. But I done felt it a couple of times with Michael Jordan. But at the same time, you got to realize this is still, even though Crawford say this is the Crawford era, you know, it's kind of hard to bump him up past the guy that he just now starting to break the era from. But in a minute, get a little bit. In a minute, your dude gonna be considered the best in this era at this weight class, 147. His name gonna get talked about graciously and a lot. And they're gonna Paul Bunyan his ass because some people gonna put some cables on his accomplishments. But the ass whooping that he gave out to become undisputed the second time at 147, previously at 140. Hey, his time coming.
Hey, you know, I like people who get you out of there, who trying to stop you. I don't like motherfuckers who run around the ring playing clinch games. Cause Mayweather started that shit. Mayweather started that shit when he fought Castillo the second time. See, the first time he fought Castillo, he was getting lit up. Then he went in there the second time. That's when Mayweather started all that grabbing you and ducking below the waist, hit you a couple times, then tie up with you and shit, man. Like I don't like that style.
I understand what you're saying, but we gotta put it in context now. Mayweather at 135 was knocking everything out moving. Now, when Mayweather started to have the hand issues, that's where you started to see the knockouts not happen. He had to adjust how he fought.
When he
That's
had a
just
hand issue.
What? You called him
this.
brittle hand, didn't you?
I said, when did he start having a hand issue?
I
think he
forget.
broke his
I
hand.
forget the fight where he severely damaged his hand. Damn, I want to.
I could see the fight, but I can't.
Cause I remember I watched all the Mayweather fights all through his whole career, and I noticed in that second Castillo fight, that's when he started all that tying up and shit. Cause I'm like,
It's one fight where he hit the dude, and when he hit him, it hurt so bad because the referee should have called it a knockdown, is what the people were saying, because his glove touched the ground, and he was holding his hand real messed up, and he went to the corner at the bell, and he was like,
I have to. Yeah, MZ, I have to go check on that, but he had to adjust the way he fought based upon his hands being brittle, and that's been documented. DeCane, that ain't something that we can sit here and debate and dispute.
That's why I used to call him.
yeah, I know he hurt his hand. I was just asking when, because I know when he started clinching like crazy is in the second Castillo fight. If he didn't hurt his hand before that, then he started that shit before he hurt his hand. That's why I asked when he did that.
Okay. I can't remember what fight it was that he. I know I saw the fight. He hit the guy, and he hurt his right hand because he hurt it so bad enough to where he you know how you hurt your hand, it's like your whole arm go numb. The way he was holding his arm in that fight that's how it looked, and he went down and his hand touched like Sean Porter's did. He came back up, and the bell rang, and he went to the corner. They talked and whatever, and he outboxed the dude like Tank did with one hand.
All right, so in the chat, Eric R, he basically saying, he's siding with Floyd clearly. He's saying, Crawford wouldn't be able to, he wouldn't even have the ring IQ to get with Floyd, basically. So I mean, that's his thoughts.
Well, that's it.
No, he said it in the chat.
Yeah, he said it in the chat. Ernest Davis, he did ask a question. He said, you think if everybody starts saying that they want to see Mayweather versus Crawford, you think it would happen, or is Floyd too old? Yeah, I think even with Floyd, there's no doubt about it. He's too old because if he was going to come back, he would have came back and took other fights. I mean, hell, they could have tried to force the Oscar De La Hoya rematch. They could have tried to force a Pacquiao rematch. I think Floyd is just smart enough to understand it's just way too much risk. He's nowhere near the fighter that he once was. And he knew that even at the end of his career. So he definitely knows it now. It's just no way possible I can see that happening. Exhibitions only.
Yeah, just the exhibitions, bro. I don't see Floyd. I think Floyd is done. I think he know he's done, and he's making the best of it. I don't see him coming back to fight Crawford or none of those boys.
What is Floyd, like 44, 45?
Yeah, about 45 or so. Yeah. So, like I said, if he would have came back, he would have came back, some time ago. Yeah, it's just not happening.
Yeah, his era now, you could say it's officially over. It's Bud's time, but I feel you, DeCane. You just ready for him to be up there right now. You ready to put the banner up and cross your hands and look up and say, yeah.
Well, I'm just not a Floyd Mayweather worshiper like a lot of people are. So.
Well, I feel you on that.
Hey, can I take a second to just really shake some shit up?
Sure.
Do you think?
All right. So in the past, we've seen like Gervonta, he was on Twitter and he once said, "Oh, as soon as the Terrence Crawford fight ended, I just don't see nothing special about dude. He don't do nothing special." and then he said that after one fight. There's another fight where after Crawford won, they had some words, and some words went on, and Crawford said like something like please, like you would never touch me, or like I'll do this to you. And then asked Javon, "Oh, if you ever lay a hand on me, I swear that," he threatened him and stuff. So they've had some words in the past. So since everybody is saying Naoya should move up 3 weight classes and go fight Tank, do y'all feel Tank should move up 2 weight classes and go fight?
Crawford?
Mm-hmm.
I
Man,
don't
that
think
nigga don't want
that'd
that
be,
kind of trouble.
that'd be way too much weight for Tank to gain. Where he gonna put it at on that little ass frame? He'll only be able to max out it so high.
Well,
And I
he's
think
fought at
Crawford would
140
destroy
before.
Tank. That man, Crawford to see everything coming.
Well, I don't know about that because Tank is really quick. He's a smaller guy. Terrence said Gamboa gave him problems because his feet was really quick and he was so small, and he was southpaw. So I mean, it's potential that Tank could trouble him, but
Well,
you know,
where
I
would
Yeah,
don't
you
I
put
don't
the
know if
ass
he
in
would
that?
win.
Where would you move? Where would you want him to fight at? 147?
MZ, he's
Yeah.
fought at 140 before.
Yeah, so you would want him to fight at 147?
I mean, why not? They want Naoya to move up 3 weight classes.
I guess
Why
he could comfortably
That's
go into
not.
the fight at 143 or something like that. He don't have to really be 147.
I mean, to be honest with you, Tank would be able to see some of Crawford's punches in the same way Crawford was able to see Errol's punches coming up from a lighter weight. So to me, he would give Crawford some issues based upon his height, him being so damn fucking short, and he does have power. Well, I don't know how he would be able, as far as mobile, if he would carry the speed and still have speed. Maybe that weight would be too much for him to have speed, because that's exactly what he'll need. He'll need to have the speed in order for him to be able to get out of the way of shots. Because Crawford lands, we all know what's going to happen.
Once again, Joseph and MZ,
Yeah.
this man said after Crawford victory, he don't see nothing special in him.
Right.
Yeah,
And
that's
then he did
hate.
that to his boy. Then he fucked his boy up like that. After he said
Yeah,
his boy had a metal shield and Crawford had a glass one or some shit.
Say so.
yeah,
It's
we know.
nothing for Javante to
Oh,
go
that
up there
stuff
and
ain't
whip his
aging
ass.
well for Tank. That stuff not aging well for Tank.
Nah, it's nothing for Javante to go up there and whip his ass. Ain't nothing special about him.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look.
Wait,
If you can
now,
say
wait.
if you can say that,
If you say that, you know what I'm saying? You actually can't make that statement about Tank going to beat Crawford, because if he beat him, because Crawford just did what he did, and that would, you diminishing it. You can't diminish it because Crawford did that. So if Tank was to do it to him, he would get that same lustrous shine, because he getting the shine from Crawford from doing it to him. See, once Crawford did it, right now, Crawford is the beacon at 147 for what he just done. He just beat the man that overwhelmingly a lot of people consider was the man at 147. He just did that. So anybody coming to beat Crawford right now at this time, it's some shine. That's a scalp. That's some shine they're gonna get from that. Yeah, especially if it's Tank. And listening to what Joseph Brown considered could happen, and hearing what DeCane said Crawford spoke about Gamboa and everything, and the possible, that was when Crawford was a little dude. We saying we moving Tank up. Like I said, if Tank going like what, 143 or something like that, something just over 140 where he real comfortable, he'll have his speed.
Yeah, but then again, you got I know Gamboa gave Crawford some trouble, but Crawford was also drained at that weight. He ain't drained at 147, so
But if
he's
he
gonna
was
have some
drained,
punch resistance and shit. So
yeah,
Hey.
I don't care nothing about
If-
that. I just know that I want to see it if and I'm not opposed to it.
Yo, this nigga Eric R. owned one today. He said Tank gained all the weight in his head.
where in his head?
That's why he got that strong ass chin. Man. Eric
Yeah.
on one tonight, boy.
He always on that joke stuff. He a comedian. I'm gonna have to find out what club he be at so I go check him out.
Yeah. All right, so let's I'm gonna just start throwing some questions around. We can try to go around, break down this fight. So in round one, it was pretty much fill out round. Both men throwing the jab, trying to get a cut into each other. Earl, it seemed like he threw the more power shots, even though they didn't land. He was more busy. He was pumping the jab out. How did y'all score the first round?
What fight you talking about?
Crawford Spence.
Oh, that's the only round I gave to Spence.
Oh, okay. For what about you, Joseph?
Yeah, I had a close round, but I edged it to Spence in round one.
And I'm guessing the same for you, MZ?
Yeah. That was the only round.
Okay. For me, that was a round. Like I said, I didn't see anything. I didn't see like much land significantly, and it was such a close round. That's one of those rounds where you just end up the way. Like for me, you got to score. You got to say, okay, who would you rather be? That's how close it is. So I figured, most people did give Spence that round, and to me, I said, if I had to be somebody, I would give him that round also. But it was just a real close round. And then, round two. So we already know round two, let's say prior to the knockdown, did y'all like Spence more in that round or what?
Oh shit, I don't remember.
No, I didn't like him in that round because that's where the adjustments started to come from Crawford with the countering. Instead of him, taking a full step back, he was taking a half step. And once he started taking a half step, that's where you saw the counter punching. That's where you saw the parrying of the jab and him landing the jab, that stiff jab.
And Joseph, I think he bringing up that half step because that's a secret weapon that Terrence is. If y'all look at how he did in Dongo all night, that was a half step. When he was fucking toying with David Diaz and John Molina, that half step. That half step is crucial. But MZ and the King, y'all thoughts on the second round prior, anything, even prior to the knockdown as well.
Yeah.
Prior to that, it was some parrying going on. Cause nothing really major was happening prior to the knockdown. He went and put himself out of position. And if you ask if I liked the way he did, no, I didn't like the way he did it. He put himself out of position and he got lit up. And that's up to the knockdown. Prior to that, it was kind of uglyish. And then like Joseph said, Terrence made an adjustment and caught Spence and dropped it. The King one-sided.
Well, shit, I'm just sitting here watching the round. I see Bud try to put together a combination, hit him to the body, but ain't really nothing much landing. They jabbing at each other.
I can't believe my DVR was recorded for me. I was so, oh man.
Man, I can't believe it's the one fight that don't nobody got no bootleg on Daily Motion yet.
That's because all the bootlegs is on YouTube already.
Yeah, I mean damn, Bud caught him with a couple jabs. So anyway, yeah, like them big fights, a lot of times they don't be on Daily Motion.
But I know the bootleg y'all talking about, but I don't like that one because it's like certain parts where they zoomed in too much. I like to see a fighter feet, and everything.
There's one on YouTube where it's like a fan recorded that shit, the whole fight, but it's just from one angle, the whole fight.
I went to go check one of them, but it got took down. Hi, I thought you was asking us questions.
All right. No, I thought one of y'all was gonna go some more. I know
No, it was
DeCane,
on
he over there
Duquesne, if
watching the
anything,
fight.
but he watching the fight.
Yeah,
What?
cheating ass. Um,
Yeah, I didn't
so
take no notes, man. You asking me?
Shit, you probably done watched it like 10 times already, Duquesne. You should know it by heart.
Man, I done watched them knockdowns, but them things was beautiful.
well, I just want to like let's kind of like go through it round by round. So okay, so round two, we all agree that it wasn't just no flash knockdown. That man was actually hurt, right?
Yeah, I mean, he
Oh,
looked wobbly when he got up.
absolutely. He was hurt. He was in trouble. The nigga was in deep trouble because he never saw that punch, and he was never able to get himself back in defensive position because he was so far out of position when he was throwing the jab that it had him in a vulnerable position.
You had something on it, DeCane?
I mean, I thought before the knockdown, Bud landed more punches. So, yeah, would have to give him the round even without the knockdown. Then we back in the third round. Spence trying to get aggressive, but he getting countered. So,
Yeah, now that I will say, it is some positive to find even in the flaws. I did Spence's temperament. He got dropped. I think just off that was he was surprised and he was also embarrassed, that he got put down. So in his mind, he figured that he was about to turn it up on his ass and really get to all that filling out shit is over. He tried to come out and he was basically just trying to do everything more aggressive, and that ended up working against him because prepared for that. Props to Spence, but wrong nigga he tried to implement that game plan against.
Well, I saw some positives from Spence initially coming out in that round. He was able to land the 1-4 around Terrence guard, which kind of shook Terrence a little bit. But the problem with that is that he did it. He was looking for it because he saw he had a little success with it. He went to the well one too many times in the round, and as you can see at the end of the round, that's where Bud set his ass up, thinking that opening was there. So he presented the opening to Spence, drawing him in, and Spence came over the top with the same backhand, and that's when Bud dropped that uppercut on him.
you
Timed
talking about
beautifully.
round 7?
No, that was round 3 where he caught him with the uppercut.
You talking about when he dropped him?
Yeah,
No, that's round 7.
Yeah.
I thought it was round 3. He caught him with the uppercut.
The uppercut that dropped him that he didn't see is round 7.
Yeah, I done memorized the knockdowns. It was knock him down in round 2 and then twice in round 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I fast forwarded. My bad.
I don't blame you, man. That uppercut was beautiful.
It was.
That's like one for the highlight reels.
Oh, okay. I remember round 3 now. Round 3 was when Spence started to get a little desperate.
Yeah.
He started to try to smother. He started to try to smother Bud.
See,
But in the process of smothering Bud had that beautiful hand control, was landing them shots on him.
Yeah, what I'm noticing about this fight, man, people say, oh, Spence looked like something was wrong with him, blah, blah, blah. Which when he walked into the arena, I thought like, man, this nigga looks sleepy. Like he just woke up. But I mean, Spence is fighting exactly like himself. It looked like he did against Ugas to me. He ain't fighting like nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, I agree with you. Even when he was throwing the jab to the body, that was very similar to Ugas. But once again, he was in the ring with somebody who had superior timing and was timing him, and he had presented that one too many times, and it ended up leading to his downfall.
Right. You had Spence in the fight, right?
Yeah, I did.
No, not you.
Yeah.
Joseph Brown.
Yeah, I had Spence.
You
I
did?
ate my crow. Yeah,
Nah, I'm wondering like if you know Spence had all these flaws, why was you picking them?
bro. They all had flaws. Bud has flaws too.
Yeah, but I'm saying with
They
Spence
all,
flaws are like
they
so tailor
all,
made for Bud.
they, they all have flaws. And what I didn't see is Bud having a level of control on the inside like he did. I didn't see that. I saw it in media day him working on it, but I didn't think it would be effective for him because I thought Spence would be able to handle his business on the inside. Because I knew the fight was going to take place there regardless of what people were saying. You know, people was trying to say that, oh, Bud's going to, just box him from the outside and he's going to use his legs. But ain't nobody anticipate Bud working Spence on the inside.
Mm.
I didn't anticipate him getting knocked off his equilibrium. Really. And for the flaws that's there, like any fan of a fighter, even though I like boxing, if you pick a guy, he got some flaws, but nobody's overcome him up to that point.
And that's a
Right
credit.
now,
That's a credit to Crawford.
yeah, he was able to overcome those flaws that Spence has that nobody else could.
Hey Eric, the glitch round was that MZ was talking about. That's round 3. He was saying, he came back from the knockdown in the second round and bounced back like he just forgot about it. Nothing happened.
It's a point where he straightened up real good and he go in and he start like he normal again and he get run again. And from there he stayed wobbly. But nothing he could do. Thanks, Hype, because
Yeah, man.
your man got his shot. Eric also let me find out the Kane be on Bud Hood watching the fight. What the dang? There you go, he strikes again.
Man, I just knew all them openings Spence be leaving, man. Crawford gonna have a field day.
Well, he did. He took advantage.
All right. Now I want to know, at what point of the fight did y'all know for sure that this fight is over?
Okay, before y'all answer that question, can I ask a question? Hey, what did y'all think when the doctor came and checked on Spence before like round 5 started?
I was like, man, don't do that bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm not impervious to that. I've seen them do shit like that in New York all the time, man. In a fight that big, that magnitude, you wanna dot all your I's and cross all your T's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, man, don't do that, Mr. Referee, doctor. Don't stop the fight.
I was just wondering why they did it.
Well, they got this rule that the doctors, like he said, it's probably New York because I don't see him really do it in Las Vegas unless it's really going down. But not that soon, but they have to check when it look like you done got puffed up a little bit. It's their jobs.
And plus, let's not act like this man wasn't getting bust up from round 2 on. At least they didn't do it after round 2. They waited a few rounds to see if it was going to get worse.
Yeah. Okay, we can move on to hyphy question. When y'all knew the fight was over?
Yeah, well, you could take it first, Duquesne. Like, at what point of the fight did you know for sure, like, yo, this fight is over for Earl?
I knew it was over when I found out the fight was on Crawford Mama's birthday.
I didn't even know that fact. Good looking. Damn. I didn't even know that.
You didn't know that? They said that in the press conference, the first one.
Oh no, see, I didn't watch the press conferences.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, the Kane was always throwing at each other about it. Bud not gonna lose on his mama's birthday. I'm like, Bud, mama ain't gonna be able to dance on her birthday. She gonna be mad.
And when he said that, and when Derrick James said, "Don't bring your dancing shoes, mom," I said, "Man, you finna beat the hell out of this boy."
Yeah, that was part of the All Access when Derrick James mentioned that he was watching Crawford against Porter.
Now, but a serious answer though, man. I think when I saw him get knocked down twice in round 7, I was like, man, this dude is not gonna make it.
For me, you know how I am when it comes to a fight. For me, I'm like, she beat him till he fall.
Yeah.
I recognized it about round 4. Round 4 for me was when I was like, yeah, this fight is over because I at least gave Spence 2 rounds for his team to try to figure out, how to stop not getting countered. But then I kept seeing this man repeatedly do the very things that was getting him countered.
To be honest, round 3, the second part of round 3, after he got straightened and then he got wobbly again, and when he came back out, he still was wobbly. I was like, oh, he finished. But I wasn't gonna say that. I said, I wasn't gonna say that while the fight was going on. But honestly, yeah, when he came back out, when he got wobbly at the end of round 4, he wasn't right. When 3, when he came back in round 4, he wasn't right then. You can't fight like that. It was done then, but him just not wanting to say I'm not finna go out like that, kept on pushing. So that's why I said for me, is make him fall. But as far as knowing that he wasn't gonna be able to do nothing when he finished and he was not right at the end of round 3 and started round 4 not right and was keep getting beat up, where his defense, his hands wasn't even protecting him right. I'm like, oh, he out of there.
Y'all gave up hope on your boy early.
No, I didn't give up hope on him because the whole time I was saying anything could happen and he could throw a punch and change all this. I was like, shit, don't stop it.
Hey, it'd be different. DeCane, if these shots wasn't hurting him the way they were, but these shots was affecting him where you seeing it, you can't be. How could you be like, yeah, man, he's gonna pull through this fight? No, he ain't gonna pull through this fight.
Yeah.
I guess MZ the one to be in that motherfucker screaming to somebody drop dead. I'm sorry.
That's what you gonna do if you want this man to fight in damn December?
No, see how you gonna come at me now? Now you gonna make me that kind of fan. Oh man.
Like y'all want you. Yeah, y'all don't want your boy to stick around.
Man, it ain't about me, it's about what he wants. And he's conducted himself like a throwback fighter. Like people gotta draw reference back to different eras of boxing and how fighters conducted themselves. Fighters would fight 5 or 6 rematches with the same fighter. Like that's not common today, but guys will get their ass whooped, come right back and fight the guy again. Like that's not uncommon in boxing. So I understand where people were like, oh man, he just got his ass whooped, he shouldn't fight again. But we done seen this throughout history of boxing. Like this is how it goes.
Yeah, man, I would agree with you if this man hadn't had that accident. But I don't know what this man body done been through. He probably need to chill for a minute.
Shit, the man been chilling. He was chilling for 17 months.
Yeah, he was recovering.
He can't. He not in the position to be chilling, man. He's 33. He's 33 years old. He's in the prime of his career. He's only lost 1 fight to the best fighter on the planet. He gets the opportunity to avenge that loss if he chooses to do so. Let that man get his opportunity, even if we don't think he's gonna win. He's earned the right to do that. Even if you don't think he doesn't win, he's earned the right to do that.
I mean, I know he don't win. I'm worried about the man's health.
Hey. That's why they got doctors. And
That man
everything
got
like that.
children.
You know he gonna go through. You know he gonna go through all his checks and balances. I'm quite sure he gonna go through his checks and balances before he makes the decision to jump back in the ring. But if he jump back in there, I'm rooting for him. You better believe that. Me and you can't head to head again.
Oh no, I ain't even gonna talk shit to y'all this time, man.
I
We
ain't
know
gonna
the
talk.
outcome.
I'm gonna just keep looking at you like
We-
that. You know how Eddie Murphy was doing Martin in Life when he was sitting. What you looking at, man? I'm just watching you. Just watching you. Yeah, that's me right there watching you. If they fight, I'm right. I'm gonna pay for it too, just like I did this time, and I'm gonna enjoy every punch thrown.
When Bo-Man had his hand on Terrence's chest and was like, "Give me a deep breath."
Big E said. Stephen A. Smith said. Stephen A. Smith said that Spence wasn't going to last 10 rounds. He was right. He did.
I had a KO 10.
Oh, you had a KO 10?
Yeah,
I think one of the betting lines was, do you think the fight will go under 10 and a half rounds or over 10 and a half rounds?
Yeah. See, I'm glad I didn't bet on the round because I would have lost my damn money. I just bet on the stoppage. Won me a cool little 200.
I feel you. Okay, come in here and talk about your little pockets. Okay, I got you. Eric R said the ring walk had me nervous, but the second knockdown, I knew it was a wrap. What, the ring walk? Okay, I got you with that one.
Was that Fisher net? He knew the big fish was finna get caught.
I like that idea. I told Otis and his people over here, obese. I was like, man, whoever came over there, it's a good idea. He got the net on like he been out there in that ocean fight.
Hey, let me ask y'all, when Bud landed that uppercut, like in real time, did y'all see that? I didn't even see he landed the uppercut. I just saw Spence hit him in the head and then Spence fell. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
I saw it.
It was in a bad angle.
I saw it. And I was like, wow, when I saw it. Because he tricked Spence. And you could clearly see that he tricked him because Spence thought he had that punch. But the problem is, while he was throwing it from a longer distance, it had to get there to travel to get the Crawford. Crawford shot had the shorter distance to travel to land his.
Yeah, I ain't see the uppercut till they showed the replay. I was like, oh my God. That was sniper shit.
That was a beautiful shot. But no, I didn't see it in real time. I had to see it in instant replay.
Yeah, I just saw Bud take a left to the head. But then Spence fell.
Yep. Truth be told, the better fighter won that night.
Hey man, honestly, I gotta give a shout out to that nigga's beard because I know 9 times out of 10, there's a lot of fighters that would have got knocked out by that shot.
By that left?
Yep.
Oh.
That was almost Leo Santa Cruz like.
Totally blind to it come. Turned his head and he got his ass up. Decay.
Yeah.
I tilt my hat to you right now at the fighter that you ride with. But the dude that I ride with, I see right now he's still a beast. I don't give a shit what nobody say. That motherfucker keep getting up.
And then Fat Joe said if he ever lose a fight, he want to lose a fight like Spencer because he kept getting up no matter how many times he failed. He said he want people to say, that man Fat Joe, he might have got his ass whooped, but he kept getting up and he kept coming.
Yeah.
You can't,
ain't no shame in that.
You want him to keep getting up, don't you?
Ain't no shame in that. You would hope that if Crawford get hurt like that, he keep getting up.
I would hope Crawford don't get hurt like that, but
Yeah, I feel you. You would hope not, because I hope, but if that was some shit that took place, you would want your dude to keep getting up.
I just want to see Crawford continue to put hurt on these motherfuckers.
My boy kept getting up off the ground.
Yeah, he did.
Your boy kept putting him back down there. My boy kept saying, man, you got me fucked up. Let me get on up real quick.
Harvey Doc had to save him from getting knocked down again, because one of them times he wasn't going to get up.
He was going to get up every time.
No.
He kept looking out there saying,
He can only get up so many times.
My kids out there, I'm going to get up to this motherfucking bell ring. I'm going to go over there and drink some water, take some deep breaths, come out here and get right back at it. That's how I'm imagining it would have went. Yeah, if Harvey Doc hadn't jumped in there, they would have went to the corner. He would have sucked it up, came out, got his head straight. All of a sudden, he caught Crawford with an uppercut that nobody saw coming. Put a beat down on him, and the rest is history. We ended up with all the belts.
That look on his face after he took that third knockdown, he was like, damn, this nigga keep knocking me down.
Yeah, he had the embarrassed look. But as a warrior, he kept getting the fuck up and going out there.
Hey, Eric R. Go ahead, Joe.
Nah, I was just gonna pivot and talk about Alicia Estrada. I was gonna talk about that fight if y'all wanted to pivot there.
Go ahead, turn the corner.
Yeah. Let's get to that. Well, let's address Eric, his last comment. He was saying that he feels Earl needs to turn into the Earl that we seen fight Algerian and Bundu. I'm thinking he's referring to as far as how hungry Earl was. On top of that, just being in peak physical form. I'm gonna let y'all comment on, but for me, I don't know if it's possible to ever get that Earl again, because you got to understand that was an Earl who had been constantly keeping up on top of his body, building up his body to be stronger and stronger. He wasn't taking no layoffs. As far as even being out of the gym, letting his body balloon up. That was an Earl who was still going around getting in sparring with other dudes and all type of stuff. He was trying to chase a champion. After all these years in which he just let his body go multiple times, I don't think he can ever get to that physical form. Secondly, I don't know if you can mentally match that hunger that he had. So I don't think that you could ever get that Earl. What y'all think?
I think we have to wait, because this loss is what really determines that in a fighter. This loss, for those that have taken a loss, that end up shooting into stardom and accomplishing more than what we expect, that loss is what defines that. It helps us find out right then, are they going to lay it down, or are they going to get up and work harder to get back? Because think about it, you fell off the top with 3 belts in your disposal. That's a lot to look at in your career, to say, do I just get lazy now? Do I not have the hunger to get that back? Do I want that back? Do I need that back? Those are the questions that's probably going to come up that he's going to have to answer for himself. So, shoot, we have to wait to see what exactly, what state of mind comes out of this loss with him, for me.
I agree with that. It's to be continued as far as that goes. If one thing has shown me about Errol Spence is he's a very determined guy, and he's going to come back and give his best effort to be the best possible Errol Spence going forward. Whether that translates in the ring performance-wise, we'll have to wait and see. But I have no doubt the mental capacity that he has and the heart he displayed, that he's definitely going to put his best foot forward to try and make that happen for himself.
Yeah, man. I think that Earl is gone, because I don't know. I just think a lot of people don't understand the effect of traumatic experiences on your body like that. The man got flung from a car. Like, you just don't return to, like, that shit ages you. You don't return to what you were before shit like that. Man, wasn't the man in a coma and shit?
No. I don't know about the coma part, But as far as the car accident, he got flung from a car. I just rolled over in one at a high speed. So, you know, I ain't running around being in shape, DeCane. I can't even lie to you like that. The physical effects that I would think that I would feel, I didn't feel. I was just a little sore. I walked away from that. I didn't have to go to the hospital. I didn't go to the hospital. My wife picked me up from the scene at the scene of where I flipped over it. So when it comes to that, you know, I don't look at it as no way. I got to take him as his word at what he feel and what he say he feels. So as far as all of that, I just, you know, with the athletes, I just go with what they give me, and what he said about it and everything dictates to me that, hey, if he said he wasn't hurting, he ain't feeling nothing, then that's what I got to give him.
Yeah, I mean, he an athlete. He you know, got pride. He ain't gonna say that. But the man got flung from a car and he was drunk. So it's like that's two things going on there that's affecting your body. So
Right. Now the alcohol, the alcohol, I never would. I'm not a fan of. You know, and I always said it depending on how far into his career he tried to fight. I was like, that's gonna come back and affect him at some point.
yeah.
I think the
He still look
alcohol.
like he's in great shape. I mean, he looks to be in great shape, but you know.
Yeah, well, we'll finally get to see because we've heard him make the complaint about making 147 more than one time. So maybe we'll get to see a few years of him turn into something that resembles what we would consider the young Earl Spence or the best Earl Spence.
All right, Joe. You want to take us to the Friday night card and all your thoughts on that?
I didn't get to see the whole card. There's only one fight I really got to see, and that was Estrada.
Yeah, I watched the whole card, but yeah, what you got on that Estrada versus Nella?
Oh, I felt like first of all, I thought the fight was very close. Um, I edged it out to Estrada, but she's very fortunate. If she would have started a little bit sooner with her adjustment that her corner was telling her to do, which was punch, is try to catch Estrada when she was switching, because she's not in position to punch, and because they made that shift about round 6 is when they made that shift to where she started punching in between Estrada's shots. She was doing pretty decent countering, but she was probably one of the first women who was able to effectively take advantage of Estrada's pulling straight back after she throws the combination. Because of her reach, she was able to land, and that left hook, man, she was having a field day landing that left hook. She was doubling up on the left hook. She would land it, on the outside, and Estrada would never move side to side after she throw a combination. She would always try to retreat or step backwards, or she would switch in between her shots. Those are the things that we love about Estrada because that's what makes her unique. But when you fight a fighter who can take advantage of those things that you do that's unique and is looked upon as a flaw, because a lot of trainers will tell you not to do some of the things Estrada does. You're not supposed to switch while you're throwing combination switch stances in between that. But she was getting away with it because she just has superior athleticism, quickness, speed, and she's able to get out of range. But this other girl she was facing across the ring, man, she had some skills also, and I was impressed by her. I thought the fight was really competitive. I thought it was close. Like I said, I edged it out to Estrada. I probably had to fight like 7-5, but I ain't mad if people had it a draw or possibly had Nadia winning.
You got it, Decane. You up next?
Man, if that had been, if that was the first fight I had ever seen by Sinisa Estrada, I would have been very unimpressed. She was fighting a
Shit.
taller opponent who she wasn't managing her distance very well, and Leonela Udica kept catching her as she was like trying to move out, and I was just like, "Where's this woman's defense at?" You know what I'm saying? But you know, she was landing some counters. The counters were nice. That's what stood out to me is how much she was getting hit, and then that little ugly ass switching she be doing, just moving from side to side like a video game or some shit, like somebody pressing buttons on the controller.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this ugly ass shit? Man, calm down. What is this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was ugly as hell.
That's
Yeah.
the moment of the night.
Hey, look, man, I saw her when she was doing that. She was doing that step to the right. Then she come back to the left. This step to the right again. She kept doing that shit back and forth, back and forth. I was like, what are you trying to accomplish here? She's not biting on any of this shit you're doing.
Right.
So obviously it's not working what you're trying to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Man. Yo, Kane, he said that was my first time seeing Sinisa. I wouldn't have been impressed. I'm sorry, but shit, I watched her against even the last fight, but all these fights I didn't see of her. It wasn't a single fight where I'm impressed. And to me, this girl, she she got that Marlon Esparza effect where it's like, because it's she's the A side, she's don't get all these damn close decisions. I'm gonna just start with that first. I didn't like how as soon as the fight ended, nigga, them scores came like 30 seconds later. It felt like when Lomachenko fought Jermaine Ortiz, how it was like the whole event was built around him to win. That's exactly how I felt. They had Yokovai there, so it was no way that Nella was gonna leave out of there winning on a tough decision. By the way, I can't remember how I had it, but I thought I had it like maybe like 6-4 Nella, or like even a draw maybe.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, those scorecards was terrible, like 97, 93 all across the board. And they came in so fast. That let me know that it was, how it was going to be. It was a pretty
Like it
unfortunate.
was predetermined.
Hell yeah. Them
Yeah.
fast. They bring in, they got Yokovai. Like she already like basically at the ring, ready to hop in. I can already tell what time it is. Now just like to break down what I seen in a fight. Nella, she was like the first few rounds, she was tagging Sinisa ass with like that lead, like a leaning lead left hook, kind of reminded me of I don't know who do that, but anyway, it was like a lead left, and she just kept hitting her with that shit.
Yeah, she couldn't miss. She couldn't miss with that left hand. That was money. Yeah,
she had good timing on that. I could tell that Nella her height advantage, that was something that Sinisa, she had trouble with. Nella was just tagging her, and it's messed up because Nella really don't have a jab like that. She don't got no good jab. It was just like that left that she was catching her ass with.
Yeah, she was counter punching beautifully.
Yeah, counter punching too. Now Sinisa, she did start making that adjustment where when she seen that she was getting countered, she would try to counter Nella's counter. She was having success with that. I give her that. She started having some success with that. But like me looking at Sinisa, to me, if I had like a decent fight, like a fighter at her weight class that just had like a jab alone, I could tear her ass up. I could definitely teach a fighter how to beat her. She be doing like this thing where she like shifting her hands. She do this thing where she shift her upper body. It remind me of Jose Ramirez. She do it more than him, but you can't punch when you're doing all these shifts. It would be easy as fuck to beat her. When she be shifting, sometimes her legs be like kind of straight. I would find it like real easy to beat Sinisa, and they say she's ranked like number 6, like the women. That might be, but I just don't see her on the same level as some of the other women that we be, praising on a regular basis. And all this, like, she got athleticism, I get that, but her switching and all that, I'm just not impressed by her.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah.
always see her on
athleticism.
these pound for pound lists for women. I'm just like, I can name 10 women better than her.
Yeah.
Y'all hard on the woman. Oh, Eric, peace, man. Holla at you.
Peace, Eric. Peace.
Yeah.
These brother.
I mean, she's entertaining to watch fight MZ, but she just does so many things that you would never want your fighter to do. It's very dangerous, and she tries to do it where it's seamless. But honestly, the moment you see her do it, that's when you should take advantage because she's not in position. A lot of times when she's doing it, she puts herself in a position where she's vulnerable to get hit because she's not doing it at the appropriate moments.
Yeah. It's almost like she don't know when she's supposed to be doing it.
Like you the type, if you love Jaron Ennis, if you think he's just the greatest ever, that's the type of fan that would love Sunisa. But like me and Kane, we can see all of her flaws, and it's not like this is like a great fucking women's fighter. She good and all that, but like I said, it's multiple styles that could tear her ass up.
Her ass just be out there fighting, man. She don't be boxing.
Yeah, y'all want to talk about a hype job?
She's just out there squabbing, huh?
Yeah.
She ain't got nothing. Lomachenko don't got nothing on her.
Damn.
Nigga, this
Oh,
time
man.
biggest hype job.
Oh man, she thinks she's got athleticism like Lomachenko. I mean, some of the shit she does is she tries to do like him, but it's just the problem is the switching. It's like, why did you switch there? Like, what did you see that made you want to do that there?
MZ, this girl switched more than anybody. She probably switched like 30 times around.
Right. Like she switched like people throw feints. Like she just she just be standing there doing it.
Hey, that's the perfect way to describe it. Like how you trying to throw feints to throw your opponent off. That's how much she switches.
Damn, that's a lot. Because
Yeah.
I'm sitting here fainting right now. Like I'm in a round and I'm So every time I faint, she switches.
She was just sitting there doing it. Like, I don't know, it's the dumbest shit, man.
So you telling me she like,
Yeah.
southpaw,
Yeah.
Bro.
Switch.
Bro, she'll
southpaw,
she'll be in the middle of a combination switching.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because her switching, it comes from terrible footwork. So her footwork is just so terrible, she'll just switch to kind of like hide it and make up for it. And people think that shit is cool.
Is it working for her?
I mean,
Man.
for now.
So it's a flaw that she can turn into a weapon.
It's athleticism. Like I said, I'm gonna put it like this: if it was like anywhere near the level of like a Katie Taylor, Clarissa, even like a Savannah, Chantel, Dubois, Caroline Dubois, them women would tear her ass up if they was in the same weight class.
Okay, so she riding on the how much she weigh?
She's at 105.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they call it the minimum. They call it the minimum division.
Yeah, minimum weight.
So she like not to be like a guppy in the water. So she know better than to leave like the edge of the water. She's just not a big enough fish to be swimming around with the likes of the names you just named.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And if she was, her skills don't compare to none of them, and you saying that they would all beat the brakes off of her.
Yeah, see, like, no disrespect, but you see down there at those weights, you only got like South American women basically at those weights. No disrespect to them, but like I said, there's not that Clarissa Shields, type of woman down there. There's not that Chantel Cameron, pedigree type woman down there. If she ran into those types of styles, they'll all fuck her up.
Yeah, a lot of Argentine women, Mexican women. Yeah.
Man,
Costa
Chantel,
Rica.
Chantel Cameron will make her boo boo in the ring.
Ooh,
Chantel will have her square all night.
that's horrible. That man said boo boo in the ring.
Like Marvis Frazier.
Man. So kind of off subject. I can't
Bring it.
It's about some stuff that happened in the past that I don't know. I know. Damn, what can I? Give me a second. Let me pull it up. Here it is, right here. No, that's not it either. Man, D-Lo not on this one because he'll make some kind of old man joke.
Hey, well, why you
feel like you looking through your notes and shit? Like you sound like a pastor over there.
Ooh,
Hey.
shot.
Hey, we use Notepad on the MacBook these days, MZ, not paper.
Wow, that's.
Hey, MZ,
like
you got them you got some of those like sticky notes on your fridge.
Let me think. Yeah, to be honest, we got the Wi-Fi password on there. We don't want nobody to have it on their notes, on their phone, and I know how to use the notes on my phone, and I'm in a book. Thank you very much, smart guys. I'm in a book.
Well, I'll let you get to that. Can you seen anything else on that ESPN card?
Nah, I just watched the main event. I think. Yeah, I don't think I watched nothing else. I know you were saying you like the Albright kid who got the upset.
Yeah. He did good. Athletic kid. Consistently worked behind the jab. The slick black American fighter. His only thing is because he boxing is like, I'm not something that you do as a segment, but he has like a job, so it's like he just needs just like more tool sharpening. That's about it. I kind of look at him kind of like the same way I would say like Kevin Sims. He just needed skills sharpened. I would say the same about him.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I wanted to hit y'all with something just to say when I read this, just say if you were old enough to remember it or not. That's all I need. Okay.
All
So September 26, 1960, Nixon and Kennedy had a debate.
Man, you know what? When none of us alive at that time.
I'm just ringing through. let me wind it up a little bit. Let me see. Maybe y'all will be right here. In February 22nd, 1980, the Miracle on Ice, the U.S. beat the Soviets in the Olympics.
Nah, I don't remember that.
Hey, MZ, the only thing I would possibly been able to remember in 1980 is me trying to eat baby food.
Oh man, that hurt me right there because I remember the day.
Wait, how old are you, Joe Brown?
I'm in my 40s.
Oh, okay.
So that means y'all didn't. So I remember the U.S. Olympic team beating the Soviets. That was a big deal. So the very next year, Lady Diana and Prince Charles, they got married. So y'all wouldn't remember that. Michael Jackson was all hot. He had blew up again. Anybody remember what? So y'all 85? Anybody remember some big stuff for 85?
Well, I know Off the Wall came out in 79, so Michael Jackson would have been dropping like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough and so forth, Rock With You and whatnot around that time.
In 85?
In 80.
Oh, in 80, yeah.
Yeah, 85, that was like a year after Purple Rain came out. So yeah, I would have been old enough to be listening to tapes at that point.
Oh, okay, so
I was I got to watch Purple Rain, but they had to put the hands over my face. I was getting the hands over my face treatment when Purple Rain came out.
Oh, poor fella.
Oh, you didn't get to see I Belong Your Titties.
Oh, he didn't get to see him.
Bro, they would not let me see none of that.
I feel you, Joe. I feel your pain. But also, not only was Purple Rain coming out, but that's when they did that live AIDS concert with all those big artists in
Talking about We
85.
Are the World.
No, not that one. The live Aid, because Aid had really. That's when it was started. Like it was like, bam, you got AIDS, you condemned.
Word.
That was floating around then too.
Cause your boy Freddie Mercury.
He was part of that concert.
Yeah.
And then
Queen.
I know where I was at when the Space Challenger blew up on TV. It blew up in my classroom.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? We were watching, it was like they had the TVs. It was like they had just put the TVs up on the wall, but they hadn't started using those yet. They were still rolling a TV in. And they rolled the TV in that was it was on regular TV everywhere, and our teacher tuned in, and we watched that whole take off. And in less than 2 minutes, it blew up.
Yeah, I remember my parents, my grandmother watching that, but me as a kid, I didn't feel no way about none of that stuff.
If I remember correctly, I think that's when they had the teacher that was going on there. That's why
Yeah, yep. They had a teacher going on there. They had a couple of people who weren't astronauts at all.
Right.
Yes, who was on that.
Yeah, I was in class when it took place. I remember in '89 when they finally connected the East and the West of Berlin together by knocking that wall down. That was all
Yeah.
news.
Yep, remember that.
And then the Gulf War started in '91.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Man, I've seen some things on TV. It was all reported differently. You run into your cousins from Texas.
Shit, that's when that was like those stuff that happened in the 80s was prior to big corporations buying the media, to where reputable news outlets used to actually tell the news, whereas now it ain't like that at all.
You're right. I remember my auntie couldn't go to bed without watching what's his name, Dan Rathers or something like that.
Yeah, I remember Dan Rather. Yeah.
It was quite a few of them they used to watch. Man, I look at stuff, man, and like, dang, look how this place can change. The way we do things, the way people, I guess they call this snap now. You can't be. It's amazing how so much changed. So much. Well, I got to go to work at a different time in the morning, gentlemen. So I'm gonna call it an evening. But
Oh yeah.
I appreciate everybody coming through, and y'all close it out for me.
We're gonna let
Oh,
we're gonna let Hyphy practice on his new channel he about to start. Let
Okay.
Hyphy close it out.
Yeah. You know, I got that exclusive Blu-ray interview coming up.
Man,
Hey, Earl Spence decoded.
What?
Cody.
God
dark-
Wakanda nigga
dark-
special.
the dark truth about Earl Spence Jr.
oh my God.
Hey, Hyphy, do you think there's anything that could have been done differently from a strength and conditioning aspect that Blu-ray could have possibly brought to the table?
Well, you see, Mr. J. Brown, you see, Earl, he hadn't been taking his monoatomic gold, so therefore his body couldn't operate on the proper frequency. You see, your body is supposed to operate on 952 hertz, but see, he was only operating at 328 hertz. Therefore, he couldn't connect with his Africanology cells. His melanin receptors were not accepting
Yeah, because you know, doctors tell you your body's supposed to be pH balanced, but it's really supposed to be 100% alkaline.
Yes,
Now,
that's
and
how
you're
you open the receptors.
now, guys. All this is not speculation. This is expert analysis that's been done, tried, true, to tested, and this man is giving it to you straight from the horse's mouth.
Word.
Hey, when I was watching the fight, Joseph, my girl, she tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Babe, that's Earl." I said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh no, he gonna lose. Look at his eyes."
Look at his eyes. Wow.
So basically, Hyphy, you had questions. You had questions.
No. I'm just
Exactly,
saying.
because if you look at Errol Spence before in his previous fights, say before the accident, he was looking straight into the camera. Clearly, now you see a glassy glaze look on his eyes, as if
Now,
there's a film in his pupils.
people, this is not us being sore losers. This is us just asking some questions. That's all we're doing.
Right.
So you saying that something was wrong with Earl when he came on the ring walk?
Now, MZ, we're not saying that he's cheating. We're just saying. Have you ever seen Earl's face busted up like that before? Have you ever seen Bud Crawford bust someone's face up like that before?
Right.
Can
Have you
anyone
ever seen him perform like that?
Can anyone answer this question? That's all. I'm just wondering if someone in the chat can answer this question. Can you answer it for me?
What? So what you saying is they saying that Bud was on something? Bud got something in his glove?
Yeah, have
Bud
you
is
ever
on
seen him
something
beat
and got something
somebody
in
up
his glove?
that bad? Yeah, he
I mean,
knocked
just
everybody out at welterweight, but has he ever punished anybody like
and also, have you ever seen his heart rate that low before? I mean, have you ever seen this man in the ring just not even breaking a sweat? You know what drug does that to you? Do you know what drug does that to you?
Nah,
Clenbuterol.
that?
Computer?
Clenbuterol.
Oh my God.
Who
So
took
you telling me
Clenbuterol? Canelo Alvarez. I'm just
wow.
asking the question. Am I tripping? Am I tripping, guys? I'm just asking the question.
And if you
Hey,
pause
is
the
that
fight
is
at
that
2
Jimmy in the
minutes,
chat?
if you pause the fight at 2 minutes of the 5th round, you will see his glove is shaped very weird. What's in his glove?
Huh.
It looks like a shake weight.
Is this the part that I'm supposed to say
Like,
all these are valid points?
It looks like an egg weight inside his glove.
What?
Oh no,
This
not
the
an anyway.
MZ. This the part where you just say something was definitely off last night. You know,
Okay.
you just keep saying that. Your wife bumped you, and your
Something
wife
is-
was watching a press conference, and she said, something ain't right with him. But she don't watch boxing. She don't know Earl at all. But that's what she said to you.
Wow. That's
Hey,
what people talking about.
it wasn't just your wife. It was your son. It was your daughter. It was your nephew. It was your dog. Even your dog smelled the breath from Errol Spence. It wasn't right.
Wow, man. Dang.
Hey, I'm
is
trying
all
to see if
quite
this my
interesting.
nigga. This my nigga Jimmy in the chat. You say somebody in the chat, MZ?
Who? What is it? Valiant Thor?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if that's my nigga Jimmy. But anywho, like all this stuff we just fucking around with. We'll probably be touching this stuff like next week because it's just so much we could talk about regarding this fight. But yeah, we could maybe catch up next week or something.
Yeah, get back to our fights that's going on. 'Cause we said once this fight happened, we'll give you this just due. I think I have. I went on Marlowe and gave it some just due. And we spent time on it tonight.
Yeah. Don't forget next week we got Nate Paulus, Jake Diaz.
Come a little closer, one sided.
Shadeja Green. Shadeja Green.
Shadeja.
We also got my girl They're fighting the rematch. She's fighting
Amanda Serrano, Heather Hardy.
Serrano
Fight.
rematch where she beat the shit out of Harley 3 years ago. That was a one-sided ass whooping.
Yeah, this is more.
Each one is 3 years older than the last time. I think Hardy's like 41 years old. So this should be a one-sided ass whooping. I'm hoping that she gets her out of there this time.
Did he say they both 3 years old? Are you sure both of them is 3 years old?
Yeah, they're both 3 years older.
No, I think one of them is 3 and the other one is only 2 years older.
Well, shit. No, I'm not talking about age discrepancy. I'm just talking about they both 3 years older than the last time they fought. But I'm still hoping Amanda gets a 41-year-old Heather Harley out of here this time.
Is she better?
Man, you couldn't pick a better phrase than one sided ass whooping, huh? You just pour some salt on my wound real quick.
Well, I mean that's what it was. If you watched it 3 years ago, she could have got stopped in the first round, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, I thought she would.
Yeah,
I said before that fight happened the last time, I'm like, man, this is a pointless fight. It's even more pointless this time.
Yeah, I just think it's a stay busy fight. Harding's coming off fighting a woman who was basically a journeyman. I think the record was like 19-19. So, yeah, she's not worthy of fighting a championship fight. But what the hell, you know? It's a stay busy fight for Amanda. Hopefully she gets a bigger fight after this fight.
Man, I think Hardy, even like one of the judges scored that fight a draw. I'm like, you can barely beat somebody with like 15 losses. Like, how do you deserve a shot at Serrano? But I mean, she a pioneer. She deserves a little payday for being around so long, I guess.
Let that man get a little check, man.
Yeah.
Women don't get their money like that, DeCane. Don't be so. Let the wallet loose a little bit. You know, y'all got the top of the welterweight division right now. Let some change go.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm cool with the fight. You know, she get her little money. She deserve a little payday.
Shadeja Green, this goes out to you. I want an impressive performance. I want a stoppage. I want a knockout.
By 5.
I want people talking about it because I want you to get that fight with Savannah Marshall. So go in there and do your job.
KO 5.
Yeah, I really wanted to. She fighting a kickboxer, or at least a woman who used to kickbox. Ain't been boxing that long, so
she better not raise her feet up. I bet you that. I ain't gonna say cakewalk because anything can happen, but you know, Shadeja should be able to get through this. She should be able to get through this test.
Yeah, Olivia Curry,
so she could face. Well, you know, man, I can't. All I can see is her little big head self with her hair pulled back, talking that however they talk. You know what I'm talking about, DeCane?
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
Savannah.
Yeah, that's her. Undisputed.
Hey, I don't mind Savannah talking. I kind of like her talking, man.
I do like her talking. I'm not talking bad about her talking. I'm saying that, you know, I like Savannah. Savannah, all right with me. Until she stepping up against Clarissa, then Savannah, I'm sorry, you got to take a step to the side.
Oh yeah, I tried to fight you. You didn't want to know. I'm like, what is that a new phrase? Because they seem like they just started saying, you didn't want to know.
Hey, she sneak up on you, man. She'll say certain things, and you're like, all right, so man, I see
you.
Yeah, but that's about the only card this weekend that I know about going on.
Yeah, they got a few fights on ESPN. Showtime also. Showtime got some prospects on that card. One notable prospect, he's facing a guy who's been knocked out by what's his name? by Barboza Jr. Arnold Barboza Jr. knocked him out with a body shot, and also Teofimo Lopez knocked him out. TKO stoppage with a left hook. I forget his name right now, but this is a step up fight for the kid, and he's in there with a veteran who's been around. And I expect him to win by stoppage in about the 6th round. So
Okay.
let me see if I can locate his name. Williams. He's a Brazilian man. He's fighting Austin Sevilla and William Silva. William Silva, that's his name. William Silva. So he's been in there with Teofimo Lopez. He's been in there with Arnold Barboza Jr. So both of them stopped him.
Damn.
He doesn't have much power, but he's probably the best opponent that this kid has fought to date. So
Who, Silva?
Silva's the best opponent that this kid's gonna fight to date. So it's a step up fight for him.
His name is William Silva.
No, William Silva is the guy who got knocked out by Teofimo Lopez and Arnold Barboza. So Austin, I can't say his fucking last name. It's
Ashton Silva?
Ashton Silva, yeah. Ashton Silva, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm glad you cleaned that up for me.
Okay.
So Ashton Silva is the one that got knocked out.
No, Ashton Silva.
No.
He the one that's stepping up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sitting here tripping right now with myself. Like, hold up.
That he only 19, young kid.
Yeah.
Hey, that's when you want to see him blossoming and starting to make you think about it.
Let's see what weight class. Lightweight. Okay.
Yeah, from Cali, Long Beach. Orthodox.
Okay.
So yeah, his last fight he went the distance for the first time. He's been KOing and stopping everything moving.
Yeah, I noticed he had 8 knockouts out of 9 fights.
That's not bad. And he finally went the distance.
Yeah, he went full 8 rounds last fight.
Okay.
Won every round.
See how this come up. Silver, Green, Serrano, Gonzalez, Crow, White, Pierce, Villa, McCombs, and McCroy.
Yeah, this is definitely a women's week of fights. You know, so the women take front center this week. They're not major big fights, but you know,
the girls still getting some shine.
Yeah, that's what we want.
They still getting some shine. Man, I ain't liking this. I got 2 to 10 tomorrow, man. But I know I got to get up for a meeting in the morning. Like, who calls a meeting? But I ain't tripping. It's all paid for.
But yeah, man, that's all I got. I appreciate once again getting to talk this boxing. Once again, congratulations to Bud, 2-time. Undisputed in 2 different weight classes, making history. And
you gotta put the can in there.
You know.
Oh yeah, cause I've been telling y'all for 5 years.
Well, you ain't been telling me for 5 years, and I love how y'all keep going with this 5-year narrative that didn't exist. But you know, y'all can have it at this point because I can care less. Even though I know it ain't true, but. Y'all can go ahead and have it.
Well, you know, I gotta rub it in because you know, motherfucker was on my head about a Canelo pick for over a year. So I'm like, hey, if I've been telling you a pick was right for 5 years, how long do I gotta be on your head about this one?
Well, I guess you're gonna be on my head for a minute.
Well, you don't count. You were just supporting your man. You wasn't giving no technical breakdowns.
Well, shit, I gave technical breakdowns of how he could get his ass whooped, and every last one of them technical breakdowns happened. So
Yeah, you left yourself an out.
Oh, out.
Yeah.
When the
Justin Brown
rematch
left
comes.
himself out. He was
Nah,
like, well, you know, if he can do this, then
he
Spence
don't
ain't
stand a
got no
chance.
chance.
He
Yeah.
did put that, but that's not an out. What he said was true.
What they call that in the bet? What's that? A hedge? You hedged it. You hedged it with that.
But yeah, I'm finna get on out of here, man. Congratulations to you, Decay.
Shit, man. Congratulations to Bud and they team, man.
Bud. Undisputed from 140 and 147. Bo Mack has been vindicated no matter how they talk about it. He can say that he has trained two-time undisputed champion. I'm just congratulating you for being a Bud fan and saying that you was a Bud fan, and then you had our ups and downs. But once the rematch started, it's right back at it.
Oh, shit, man. We ain't had no ups and downs. We just having fun.
I know, that's what I'm talking about. So when it start, when the rematch comes,
Hey.
you might as well be ready. I'm ready.
hey, when he say the ups and downs, he talking about his downs. That's what he's
He talking about round 2 and 7.
Round 2 and 7. Whew, that's a good one right there. Left side hurt. All up on the left side right here, right by the ribs. It's just toe up tender. You understand? Yeah.
Yeah, man, I was happy for them boys.
I'm pretty sure you was.
Hey, you notice I said Bo Mac. I can't call him out his name no more.
What was you calling him? Big Mac?
I was calling him Big Mick.
Oh, Big Mick. Hey, Bo Mac was so damn happy.
The 3-headed monster came through. They were able to overcome Derrick James and his voodoo. They're gonna go back to the drawing board, reconsider, get things done in different directions, and everything gonna be everything.
Y'all see him outside the changing room with Russell Wilson taking pictures?
Who?
Bo Mac.
No, I ain't seen none of that. You know.
Yeah, it was like they was talking about me. Now they can't say shit.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I didn't realize that was Russell Wilson, but I did say that. See that.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the dude for real. I am truly happy for him. DK.
Yeah, man.
I ain't get to see the tweet. The fish, fire, frog, fish, decay. And it was no chance in the fight for me to send that to you.
Seeing what now?
Remember, I said tonight that when the fight came, it was gonna be going down, and I'm gonna have to send the emojis.
Oh yeah.
Fish, frog, fire, fish, frog, fire, decay. I ain't even get a chance to do that because that never presented itself in the fight.
Yeah, the shit started too early. It's a nigga at work who's going for Spence. He kept talking about, man, I got Spence, man. His defense, man, he like Mayweather. I'm like, I don't know what fight are you watching, but all right. But I ain't seen that nigga since. I ain't seen him this week.
Oh my goodness! So what you said is he
Decay, who the hell you interacted with? This man said he looked his defense like Mayweather.
Yeah, he said, man, yeah, I got Spence, man. He like Mayweather, man. I said, what? Okay, all right, man.
He didn't know what he was talking about.
You know, niggas be casuals, man.
When you that casual where you don't know what you're talking about like that, that's crazy. Big bro, good night, fellas. Good night, big bro. I keep saying it's going down, but I keep end up getting drugged back into it. Decay. Man.
Yeah,
so he got like Mayweather. And how long you seen him?
I done heard a lot of comparisons, Spence, but not Mayweather.
Right. He say that every time we talk about Spence. Yeah, man, he like Mayweather. I trust him. All right, bro.
Man, you better make sure that man ain't on no suicide watch somewhere.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I have not seen him this week.
Hey, next time you see him, you would be like, Mayweather wouldn't have got hit with that shit.
Right.
Maybe he was off on maybe he was off on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he took vacation to watch the fight.
Dang, he did take off a few days to watch the fight. He must have planned to go somewhere and celebrate.
Hey, you know what's worse? What's worse than having a casual fan win and talk shit to a nigga that know what the fuck's going on? That's the worst.
Right, right.
Oh, you ain't kidding. Cause this is the cat to come in. I'm like, this motherfucker. See what I told you, man? I told you, Terrence Crawford, man. I told you, Earl Spence. I'm like, dude, when we first started talking about it, you was talking about Terrence Crawford fighting Floyd Mayweather. And I was like, dude, Floyd Mayweather retired.
Hey, the conversation goes to the outer rim real quick. Like he'll go from I told you, yeah, and he'll beat Mike Tyson.
Right.
What
Be
you
like
talking
Floyd
about?
Mayweather retired. Nah, I just seen he fighting John Gotti.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You right. You saw that fight just the other day, didn't you? I just watched it last night. But yeah, they be coming in and having conversations like that. And I'm like, dude, you don't watch boxing unless it's a big name. And the funny thing is he get drunk. He'll go in the store on Nate and talk, and Nate don't be paying attention. This motherfucker be stealing beers. He walk out with a pocket full of beer. Or he'll go to the back and steal some Mad Dog out the cooler.
Why he talking shit about boxing?
Yeah, because, Nate ain't paying attention. So he come in there one night and he drunk. He always drunk. He's like, yeah, I'm like, hey, man, don't come in here because, I already know you stealing. I don't even drink. Dude, you smell like a fifth right now. So just go and get out the store, man. He's standing at the door trying to talk. I'm like, we ain't got nothing to talk about. Oh, you ain't gonna watch the big fight though? What big fight? The one that bright skinned dude and Terrence Crawford. I said, who, Tank? Yeah, Tank and Crawford finna fight. Man, Tank and Crawford not finna fight, man. Get out of here. A whole 10 minutes he's standing there just running his mouth. It's like 3:15, 3:30, between 3:15 and 3:30. He's standing in the door talking. Like, dude, you're not finna steal nothing out this. You see all that ice right there? If you put your hand in it, I would know it. Just go on, man. Forget about it. You're not getting me. When you see me here, don't come to the store when you see me here. When you see me, don't come. I be telling all of them that, man. When you see me here, just don't come. I don't want to hear. So I can't come in there and buy some cold water. No, go to 7-Eleven.
Well, good thing you don't listen to the nigga because you be coming on here. Hey, y'all heard Tank and Bud about the fight?
Boy, please. You know how embarrassing that be?
Oh man, you trying to get this man? Everybody in the chat be roasting MZ.
Come on now. He literally said that though. I'm like, come on, man. That dude, they not even for the fight. What are you talking about? But they be thinking they be trying to figure out. Man, they be trying to figure out. Coming there trying to talk to you. They come in there with in twos sometimes. Like one to come in, then the other one to slide in. Because every time the door opens, it's a bell that ring, right?
Right.
So two of them would try to slide in on one bell ring. So while one walking around, they don't realize this is like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens that's showing me the store and the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know that we looking at them. Well, I know I be looking at them. So one to come up to, oh, how much is this? And while they trying to talk to you, the other one back there trying to put stuff in their bags and their pocket and stuff. So I wait till they like had their hand in their bag And I say, you gonna pay for that you put in your bag? Oh, I ain't got nothing. I say, hey, I don't know if you know, but you see our little cameras all up in the ceiling? This one on every eye. You know, I got some screens back here. I'm watching you put stuff in your bag. So you want to go and put that back up there? Y'all go ahead and get out the store. I don't know why you worried. Why you watching me anyway? Cause I think you gonna steal. What kind of bullshit is that?
Right.
That's
How you
why
gonna
I'm
question?
watching you.
How you gonna be in the middle of stealing and be like, man, I don't even know why you watching me?
Exactly.
Because I'm obviously justified in doing so.
I done watched you steal before.
Hey,
You know, everybody gets a
hey,
chance. Yeah.
hey, it's not gonna surprise me as soon he's on one of them world's dumbest criminal videos. Cause you gotta be if you say some stupid shit like that.
And you'd be surprised at some of the stuff these people say. They come in, not pointing fingers, but somebody giving away some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because they come in there, it be some new faces that don't know me. So they be like, how much is a refill? I give them the price. And then the next thing they come out their mouth is, where's that other dude at such and so and so? So I'm like, he ain't. What they got to do with the price I just gave you? Well, I only got 30 cents. The fuck? You came in the store with 30 cents with his tags all over the place to tell you what the refill costs. And 30 cents ain't close to it. So you calling for the other dude because he getting them to you? Get your ass out of my store. Hey, get your ass out of here. I'm not getting, because then they get this looking like, it's this look that they all got that came, Joseph Brown. It's this look like they all got it. It's like they went to this class to practice this.
Oh, I know the look, the befuddled look, like the bewildered, like I can't believe,
Yes.
really?
Yes.
Are you serious? I didn't know that was like that.
Man, you gotta go, man. You gotta go. I can't even use the bathroom. Bathroom closed.
Right.
Bathroom closed 10 to 6. At 10 o'clock at night, you can't use it no more. You can't use it again till 6 in the morning.
Well, where you gonna use it at?
I'm gonna use it, but I'm gonna lock the door. I'm gonna go right there and use it. That's where I'm gonna go. I'm going in and take my time and cross my legs. I'm gonna put a sign on the door that say restroom break, back in a few. That's exactly how I put it. Back in a few. This little sleek Mexican dude came in the store one day and said, back in a few? What's that? Shit, okay. I see you was out there waiting for me to come to this door.
Be some shenanigans up in there.
All the time, bro. All the time. All the time. Motherfuckers is coming in there with their cups, going back there to the door, busting open beers. Now, this is stuff that I'm not catching when I come to work and I walk the aisles before I take over. I'm finding beer in like a soda cup, a fountain drink cup, stuffed between the chips with beer poured in it. These people are creative with how they come in there and steal. Or the alcoholics they come in there to steal. They figure out ways that they don't feel like they can get through the front door with it. They'll drink it in the store.
Damn.
I'm like a person that owns the store. Man, they I know they go through it just with the loss alone.
Good grief, man.
You sound like you in a nice backyard.
Yeah, we hear the crickets.
Oh, he killed it.
Yeah, I'm just on my way to my vehicle. Get out of here.
Oh, you
what you
finally
gotta
out
go to work?
Nah, I'm just getting off.
Yes,
Oh,
I
shit.
thought.
Oh, so you
12 to
talking to us at work?
12 to 12, baby. Allegedly, I'd be doing that. Yeah. Allegedly, we don't know.
Yeah,
We can't confirm or deny.
I was
I
like, you don't
feel
be
that.
do you obviously don't be doing no hard work if you sitting here talking boxing and shit.
Oh, I be doing my work while I'm talking.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I'm multitask.
Oh,
You
okay.
see, most of the time when I go on mute, I be doing my job. I be trying to get certain things done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can't say so. You don't be doing nothing. You just said you got an easy job just collecting
Yeah,
checks.
this man think I be doing super labor intensive work. No, man. Most of my work has to do with me delegating, and then I got to do inventory counts and stuff like that. I got to send my emails out if something go wrong, and I got to do end of day, make sure that all the production has been done correctly, and we got the totals that. And if we didn't hit our numbers, I got to justify in an email why we didn't hit our numbers.
I know that. I know that landscape.
Okay.
Say, man, what do you do when you got some people that? How do you say this nicely? They counting skills. You know, they got a problem counting, and I'm starting to think somebody got a problem reading because when you connect one tool to another tool, it has a label. It has the name of what you connected it to. And for some reason, somebody is connecting Coke to root beer, cherry Pepsi to regular Pepsi. And I'm like, how do you do that? It's right there on the box, real big. If you can't read it, you can at least match the letters to each other and be like, okay, this is this, this is this, this is this. I could think of a whole bunch of ways for you not to mess that up.
Right.
But some kind of way, somebody messing it up.
Shit, man. It seems like y'all need better evaluations.
Yeah, of
Well, y'all promote
who y'all
motherfuckers.
hired, who y'all hiring, man. Y'all need a better system of screening who gets hired for that position.
Yeah. Need
See,
need
here
a
go the
test. I
killer
can come
thing.
up with a test. Like
Here
that
go the
could be on
killer
the
thing.
test. Match these
Everybody,
two things.
everybody is supposed to do it. Now, when I ask, hey, who did this? Nobody is nobody. I like the fact that as a team, nobody giving up nobody. But at the same time, I'm like, as a team, y'all do realize that y'all got people coming in here and y'all can't understand why it's a big mess over here
Well,
because what they trying to get is not what they pressing, and it's causing y'all to have extra work to clean up. So when we
well,
get this meeting in the morning, I'm gonna have to bring that up.
I was gonna say that's part of what you need to implement on the management side is that check that gives you that balance of knowing of who's doing that. And there has to be who's ever doing it. There has to be something they sign off on saying, "Hey, I did this with specific task," and it indicates the person's signature or initial.
Yeah, I see what my bag up or my shield don't be bagging me up on certain things. They doing some protection right now. They protecting some certain people because they feel like I'm trying to get them. I ain't trying to get nobody. I'm just trying to get the ship to fly, to sail smoothly, and everybody got to be able to do the same thing. If I could do it, you could be able to do it, and I got one good hand, so I ain't trying to hit nothing.
Yeah, it seems like there needs to be some standard, some consistent standard work as far as documenting certain things you guys work on, so there's some traceability if something's not getting done correctly.
I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get everybody. I'm gonna get it to where when certain things are done, if your name don't show up, that means you're not taking part in what's supposed to be happening, or you are the person that's messing up.
Or it could just be a something as consistent as whoever's getting assigned, you assign that person that's the expectation, and it has to be signed off at the end of the shift that, hey, I completed this particular standard work. And if it's not signed off on, then you could pretty much point to that person. Or if it's signed off on, then you can point to that person a lot easier. You could trace it a lot better.
Yeah, so you can get them.
I ain't just
I'm just
out to
fucking
do
with you.
it, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like that's how they feel though. You know, they like, dude, you kind of being tough. But I'm like, I'm being the same way I always been. Y'all just
Oh, so you
y'all,
always been tough.
y'all taking it a different way because my position changed.
It's like,
Yeah.
like
That's all it is.
you just gotta hit them with the level of expectation. It's regardless if you there or not. The level of expectation is the level of expectation. You
And
didn't get
that's all it is.
you didn't get hired to not live up to that level of expectation.
Real shit. That's a real spill. Joseph Brown is kicking right now.
Why? Because Crawford is special.
Oh, I forgot to do that. Yes, Chance Crawford is special. You were right. I'm saying it live. He is special.
Word. Well, you ain't had to tell me, bro.
No. I felt like you needed to hear. You need to hear it because you told us we was gonna say it, and I'm saying it.
I did say that.
You did. I give you that. Some kind of way the stars aligned, the planet tilted a third degree off his axis.
Bro, it was his mama's birthday. It was
Hold on,
inevitable.
let me finish. I gotta make some more excuses.
Oh, okay.
Niagara Falls had stopped flowing down and started flowing up for 2 hours, but nobody knew that. Nobody knew that. You know what I'm saying? And then the Nile
That's an
started
interesting
flowing
fun
in the
fact.
right direction, but nobody knew that either. These are things that happened that people weren't paying attention to. If y'all listen to me, though, I'm telling you, man, this is what happened. Jupiter had passed Mars at the same time the moon was on its third rotation around the Earth, as the Earth was tilted ever so slightly at 102 degrees off its axis, making this rounding on the sun, which gave a bad light when Earl was coming into the building. The sun is shining in his face wrong, and they called it the rays. You know, they came in a different angle, and it gave him migraines, and that's why he couldn't fight right, and that's why he lost.
Straight like that.
But people don't, you know. But he ain't gonna make no excuse. I'm just saying, you know, sources tell me this what happened that was close to the fight.
Word, that was some real cosmic alignment right there.
Hey man, I'm just telling you what the word is, the scuttlebutt, what sources say.
Especially that part where the sun moonwalk on the moon. Yeah, that part that really got it for me. That's where I really saw things connect.
That's right. So you know, that's the only reason Bud won, because of all that had happened, and people don't even know what was going on in the world around him because they sheep. They're too busy following instead of paying attention to the signs.
I mean, the signs was all his other fights. I get, yeah, you're right, man. He ain't had shit to do with hard work.
You know what I'm just saying? That's what happened. Nah.
Yeah, man. Let's fight a lifestyle.
I mean, you do have to acknowledge though, DeCane, Crawford did some unusual things that he never did leading up to this fight. Like the man had a pre-camp camp.
Yeah, he did.
Like,
he had a pretty
like that. That's not something he normally does. So when I say that Spence brought the best out of him, that's the type of stuff I mean in his preparation.
Yeah, I mean, well, shit. This is the biggest moment of this man's life. You know, you gotta make sure you come correct. That, you know, I just figured they both would be doing that.
He got his equilibrium knocked off.
Yeah, he had his pre-camp. He came with a hard jab because he knew that was
Knocked his equilibrium off.
because they knew that was going you know, they were gonna need that for Spence. But I expected nothing less from Team Crawford though. They gonna assess the situation and do what gotta be done. That's what they always do.
Congratulations to Team Crawford.
Well, what was the last I didn't hear the last commentary.
I see. Congratulations to Team Crawford.
Like
I'm just being humble. I'm just being humble. That's all. You know, I don't want people to think that, you know, this ain't no funeral or nothing. You know, I don't know. Some people just feel like, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's just, you know, maybe if y'all send me some super chats.
Yeah, you should. Only read the comments from niggas who super chat. Hey. If
it's inflation. It's inflation, nigga. $5 and up.
Right.
Don't be sending no punk ass $1.99, nigga.
Your crusty toe ass.
Damn. is that how you ask for the money now? I thought you supposed to make them feel sad about it. Y'all just got gangster real quick.
Hey, what did he say? You crusty, burnt skin, dusty mop ass hoes.
you crusty corn chip foot hole. Yeah, man. But hey, so what you're saying is you assess the fight based solely on what you saw in the past, like you do with most fighters, right? Which is common. But you didn't anticipate like them changing anything up in the fight.
No, what I didn't anticipate was.
No, I'm saying Joseph Brown because he was saying they changed some things for the camp.
No, I was just once I saw what I saw in media day from Crawford. That's what made me. I was like, oh shit. And once I saw that, I said, uh-oh. In my mind, I didn't say it out loud. I didn't say it in front of you. I didn't say it in front of MC. I was like, oh shit. If this nigga is able to do that, this is a problem.
Yeah.
And so when I came on last week, I had to admit it. I had to admit, like, yo, if he do what I seen him do, this nigga is it's going to be easy work. That's how I felt.
Word.
Chance Crawford hand wraps.
Damn. Jermel done posted on goddamn Instagram. He posted, you know, the advertisement poster for him and Canelo fight. But then with the caption, this is one of the frustrations of being a twin to all you casual boxing fans. I did not get slapped nor pushed that lady at the fights for doing her job. Please stop tagging me. I'm locked in and focused on greatness coming September 30th. Follow me while I take H-Town to the top.
Hey, even this nigga don't want to be related to his brother no more.
Nigga said, I didn't get slapped, nigga. It wasn't me.
I didn't get slapped nor pushed. So that means both of those situations. He's saying that would be neither time.
Hey, this nigga denounced being a twin on social media.
Well, you say you read that on
Instagram. He posted a little story because it said because Jamal also pushed some security lady out the way to walk to his seat and shit.
I saw that video.
That's what he's saying. He didn't get slapped, nor did he push that lady for doing her job. Like, not. That's
Y'all stop
Jamal out
messing
here
with me.
wilding, nigga. Stop tagging me in this shit.
That boy Joseph Brown said even he don't want to be a twin no more. That's crazy.
Jamal out here wilding, man.
Mom need to get it together. I saw a video where they were both on there. He was by himself. I think he's like, my brother can't fight right now, but I'll go ahead and be the one to take that fight with Canelo. I can't remember where I saw that video at. Was it on my phone or on my computer?
That was that I think that was wasn't that the not the Pivot podcast, but that was I Am Athlete, right?
Might have been that one. But he was talking about how Jamal he almost like he was almost said more than what he was supposed to, because he changed up the way he was saying it and just said my brother can't fight right now. But yeah, I'll go ahead and take care of it.
Yeah.
Man. Well, I don't know what Jamal going through, but I ain't gotta worry about it because
Shit, he signed up for more of it, because I mean, y'all got divorced and then now you're going back to her like, bro, you just
wait, that wasn't a different girl that was at the show? That was
no, that was it's the one he split up from.
Oh no, why are you there? Oh man, this just in. The divorced woman that Jamal was with was at the fight. Bad news for Earl Spence.
What?
Is that how they do it?
Oh, okay. I thought you was giving us some breaking news and shit.
I'm trying to figure out the formula, the clickbait formula.
Okay.
He said, what?
There's about 5 other videos that just went up. Matter of fact, another live stream went up, with another conspiracy theory. So it's just gonna keep coming, man. It's like this thing is not gonna die no time soon, bro.
They don't realize they take it away from Terrence.
I'm glad Spence never associated himself with any of these retarded ass groups.
Yeah.
You and me both.
See, now you see what I'm saying, man. These Spence fans are different, man. This is because
I saw it with Wilder. I saw it with Wilder too. So
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the same group of damn people.
Wait a minute, I'm not like them.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about like these LDBC and the like. That's that man. Them some special people, man.
Right.
And I don't mean special in the good way.
Well, other kind of special.
Yeah, these niggas are special. Short but special.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what other kind of special
Shit, the kind that you gotta hold their hand because they drooling out their mouth kind of special.
Not the little helmet special.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
The ones that gotta wear that extra helmet on their head just so they don't concuss themselves.
Joseph Brown, leave me alone.
A helmet in low impact spaces.
Leave me alone, Joseph Brown. Leave me alone. I'm not special I'm not special. You special.
Little Daryl.
I'm not special. You special. Fuck you call it special. I love that dude Arnaz, man. You ever seen that comedian? Arnaz J.
Yeah, I seen Arnaz J. Physical comedian.
When he be talking about his brother that's special. Man,
yeah,
you get a chance to check it. It's old, but he go in on his brother
on Comic View.
I think it is on Comic View. It's an old thing though.
I didn't know Joe Brown was about my age. I thought Joe Brown was like in his 30s or some shit.
Oh, you thought he was a youngster?
Yeah.
That you just gave sound like one of those. Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was. I didn't realize he's about my age. Okay. Yeah. I was just saying that youngster seemed like he was a little more wise than he is, but I guess he my age. He just wise like he's supposed to be. Shit. Ah man. I got to go into a freaky meeting at 9 in the morning. That's just mean on my boss. I shouldn't even think about it.
All right, fellas, I'm about to hop off.
Yeah, I'm finna go get me some egg rolls from Jack in the Box.
Some egg rolls from Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
Damn, I ain't know they said egg roll.
Damn, MZ, your inside's gonna curse you out in the morning.
He ain't even gonna get the authentic shit. He gonna go to Jack in the Box.
Cause I don't feel like driving. Well, ain't nobody open right now,
Oh, okay.
and I don't feel like waiting to 3:30. No, I can't do 3. I can't do it to 3:30. Cause I could wait to. No, I can't. I'm telling you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm telling you right now, I can't. And yeah, I've been able to eat craziness since I was a kid. I just had I could just eat. Just matter what I might get a little gas from some milk products, some dairy products. Cheese don't give me just milk. So
Yeah, you know, Negroes are lactose intolerant at a high rate.
where I found it out the hard way. I used to eat cereal in the morning before I went to school, and every day by the time I get to school and sit down in class, my stomach started hurting real bad because you try to hold it in. You know how embarrassing it is to let loose in the classroom, especially if you can't make sure it's gonna be silent.
Right.
So I found myself in the nurse's office a lot of times because my stomach was hurting real bad. And she figured it out. She's like, "What you eat in the morning?" I said, "Captain Crunch." She said, "Every morning?" "Yes, ma'am."
I'll get you some almond milk.
First of all, back in that time, wasn't no almond milk. Wasn't no almond milk back in that time.
I was getting ready to say, good luck finding it.
Keyword when I was little in school. I guess they just went over your head. He said, "Get some almond milk." I don't even think anybody had even thought of the word almond milk going at the same time. Unless they was rich and that was something that, because I never heard of almond milk until I was a grown man.
Yeah.
That's some new stuff. We just had whole milk and skim milk and buttermilk.
2%.
And we had that pet milk. Used to come in the can.
Yeah, I remember that shit, that canned milk.
Hey, man, I was a 2% monster.
Shoot. I didn't like that watered down looking
That
milk.
evaporated.
Oh, yes, that one. And that powder milk.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but
Shit, powder milk will give you more gas than any type of milk you drink.
Yeah.
Look, man, you're talking about somebody who was struggling at his auntie's house in the projects. Come on, give me a break. I'm just letting you know what it was I was suffering through.
Yeah, because you don't be stirring that shit up right. You gotta.
It's hard to stir it up because that shit like baking soda. Once it get wet, it's just hard to get it to cooperate.
Yeah.
Powder milk. Oh. I used to always be like, why we gotta eat cereal with this fake milk? Why we can't get some real milk? I want to go home.
We seeing all your friends drinking real milk, and you got this.
Man, I want to go home. I want to go home. Only way to help cut down on the hunger pains early in the morning before somebody got up to cook was to enjoy the beverage that everybody else was drinking. Coffee.
Oh shit, new fight on the horizon. Kenya Enriquez, Ibeth Zamora fighting on September 9th.
Okay.
Oh, for real? That's that hurt. 6 days before my birthday.
That's for the WBC interim.
I got to figure out what I want to do for my day. This is gonna be the first year I plan something for myself. might drive to Mississippi to go visit my brother. Take a week off.
Word. All right, I'm gonna let y'all brothers go. Joseph Brown and got home. You gotta go get your Jack in the Box egg rolls.
Yeah, I just stay here extra. I'm finna go fuck that. I'm hungry. You right.
Nah, I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray for your stomach, MZ.
Don't do it like that, Joe. Don't do it like that. Right now, it's the only thing open. Oh, wait. I can go to Denny's is open and IHOP. I can go give me some steak.
Are you gonna go get some of that Denny's racism?
Well, the one that's over here ain't racist. I don't know what happened with Denny's. Tell me. Before I go up with Denny's, tell me what the fuck happened. He said too much.
Hey, look, Denny's done came and got him. Like,
They just snatched him up out of here.
They snatched the cane. They snatched the cane out the universe. It's like, nigga, you ain't about to say this.
Tell me what happened, man. What happened?
Nah, man, Denny's had all type of maybe that was the 90s. Because I remember Denny's had all type of racist incidents around the country. They just had that reputation for a long time. I ain't been at Denny's in forever.
Shit, the cane, it done changed. You know how many Negroes is running Denny's right now?
Oh, okay.
Well, like I said, over here on this area where I'm at, everybody in there look like me.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe that's I was just about to say, you go to any Denny's, mostly Negroes be up in there.
Okay, must be because of that shit right there. They trying to make niggas comfortable again.
I can either go to them or IHOP. I'm just trying to figure out. Dang, I really don't want to spend no money, but we got to go grocery shopping. So every angle that I look at this is coming out to I'm gonna have to leave the house, go somewhere.
So the Cracker Barrel got niggas working in there too now?
I don't even go. I don't even. This go sound crazy, but I don't entertain eating at a place with that kind of name.
Oh, okay.
I only been to the Cracker Barrel twice in my life.
Oh, okay.
Shit, I ain't never been.
That was because my wife wanted to go in there. We was with a group of people that wanted to go. My wife was like, "Okay, we're gonna go too," and I was like, "Oh man, we're going to the Cracker Barrel." So we went in there that time, and it was one time that my father-in-law, he one of those. He one of those. It's like I'm doing what I want to do when I want to do it type people. He wanted to go to Cracker Barrel that day, so I was like, "Oh man, we going to Cracker Barrel." Well, other than that, I ain't dealing with the Cracker Barrel. It just don't sound right to me. Cracker Barrel.
Would go if they changed the name to Nigger Barrel?
Who?
Would you go if they changed the name to Nigger Barrel?
Hell no, I wouldn't go there. Cause I feel like somebody. Oh, so y'all trying to be funny. Y'all trying to be even more funny than what you was with coming with Cracker Barrel.
So no racial slurs in the name for you.
Yeah, sometimes it's like really look. It just. I don't know, man. Because I'm sounding a little racist, huh? I'm sounding a little prejudiced. I'm not though, because I got black friends.
Nigga said he got black friends.
That's the wrong phrase, huh? I'm supposed. Okay, well, I got some white friends and some Hispanic friends. I got friends from all across the globe, all over the place.
Word.
But DeCane, we're gonna get on off of here. We done try like 10 times already.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy for Bud for real on the cool. I'm glad he got his shine.
Yeah, me too, man.
Even at the expense of my fighter. But when the rematch happened, yeah, it's going down. Just know.
Where man Joseph Brown dropped off.
Yeah. And they give me enough time to go ahead and go get my food so I can lay it down.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Take it easy.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace.